to go now?
Yeah.
All right. In that case, can one of y'all give me a quick sort of summary of what happened last time? I know it's been a few weeks.
Yes, so what I remember, we were hanging out with that one dude who was our bird scout. I need to
Surade?
refresh. Surde?
Yes, Surade.
Yeah, we were hanging out with Surde, and we were sneaking in to. It was kind of like an abandoned elven city, and he was all like, "Yeah, I kind of run shit out here, but there's some weird ass dudes doing some weird ass shit." We were all like, "Oh well, looking to skull crush some weird ass dudes, so let's go find out what the hell's going on." And so we worked with him, and we were sneaking through the town, passing various points of interest. We saw that one guy that I didn't recognize, but he looked fancy, and he was
Ranger in
playing
black.
music.
Yeah.
What was his name?
The Ranger in black. We
Yeah,
don't know his
Ranger
name
in
yet.
Black. There's a dude in a black cape playing some music. And then, out of all the things we passed, I remember we saw a wolf carving. And then when we got to the temple, they put a big old force field right in front of our face. And it was just like, oh, we couldn't pass through it, but I think we could throw shit in there, but that's not good enough. So we ended up going to the library, and we ended up figuring out. I remember there was something with like stone tablets that Sab had to translate for us. But the wolf symbol we saw earlier on foot, there was symbols in the map in the library that coincided with the different like lords in this town and their like little region and what they did and stuff. We were trying to, I think it was something like if all the lords um, activated something, they could drop the shield on the temple. Is what we were hoping would how it would pan out. Kind of like a failsafe.
Yeah, great job. That was like 98% of what I would have brought up. So good job, inspiration for you. Um,
Woo!
as a reminder, inspiration is something you can use after a roll. So if a roll doesn't go your way, you can say, "Hey, I'm going to use inspiration," and you essentially get to re-roll that dice.
Yeah, we get to cheat like Skeleton.
How many did you give me? One or two?
You for writing the summary?
Yeah.
Just one.
Woo!
Yeah, so when we go into a session, I like to have somebody remind everybody what's going on, and then for writing the session summaries, y'all can get one as well. Because if not, I have to write it, and I'm already doing a lot of writing for prepping.
Oh
Alright,
yeah.
Hog, you
So
can get
appreciate the
another
help.
inspiration by just
If I
reciting.
recap this one.
Yeah, I'll just link the freaking recap of Hog saying it.
Just record it and being like, okay, that's the recap of last session.
It is
Yeah.
clipping software.
Um, the only other things I would add is just a couple small details. So, as a reminder, we started our adventure, sort of our session 0, before Hog joined, in the city of Baragast, which is down here on the Swords Coast. Y'all were sent on a mission over to Greenest, where the town was being raided by a whole group of cultists, a dragon, and a bunch of other exciting events occurred. Y'all split from there. One of the groups started heading east out of Greenest, and y'all headed to this place called the Wood of Sharp Teeth, which is the forest you referenced. Once y'all got there, let me drag you to the city you're in. Y'all arrived at the ruins of the ancient elven city of Valar, which, as you said, you went through multiple different points. Y'all traveled through, kind of sneaking through, trying to avoid combat as much as possible, aside from the initial sort of watch gatekeepers that y'all needed to get the lift key from. Y'all proceeded through the town. As you mentioned, you did notice one sort of giant statue that was or it was actually a wolf head engraved into a wall. But it was of note. You sort of remembered that, and then, like you say, you head up towards the temple. Barrier comes down. You go into the library, where you see that barrier has like sort of lit up the room now. Uh, in the middle of the library, you found this sort of 3D model of what you think the town may have used to look like. And as
Yeah.
you pointed out, there's a bunch of pedestals, and when you go to the pedestals, you find out information about essentially the old like sort of noble houses of Valar,
Yeah.
as well as some brief descriptions of sort of what their role was in that society. And when you placed one of those totems down onto the pedestal, a light would light up on the map, indicating sort of a location. One of which you recognized was at least relatively close to where that wolf engraving was. As you said, after that, once you put down all, I think it was five. Let me check my notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, five. Uh, it the barrier comes down, which, as you said, you think is essentially like some sort of you know balance of power mechanic to allow the other five nobles to come together to bring the barrier down around the temple. All right.
Yeah.
After that, I believe one of y'all was smart enough to go ahead and say that y'all took notes on sort of like a piece of paper or something like that to sort of keep in mind where the locations of all the different ones are.
Yes.
As a reminder, those locations are for the House of the Bear. You saw that they were in sort of this ruined mansion area right outside the library where y'all passed. For the House of the Deer, it pointed towards the southwestern portion of the city, which y'all hadn't explored yet. For the House of the Wolf, it pointed back in that general area of the wolf statue y'all had seen, which is the ruined
Training ground,
barracks.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see which number that was. Yeah, the old armories and
5.
barracks, 0.5. House of the Badger was the market, which y'all also hadn't explored. Um, but it pointed down to this area by the water, by the waterfall.
God.
And then House of the Mouse, the final one, pointed to this sort of residential area where y'all had seen the Black Ranger before.
Mm-hmm.
All right, with that, do we have any questions? Y'all ready to get started?
Yeah. So
All
I
right.
was gonna say the one thing I was kind of I'm kind of thinking there was something that let us know we had to visit these locations, right? Rather than just playing with the map all day, wasn't there?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is the first indication you've gotten that you need to explore kind of the larger
Got it.
city.
You just
Okay.
look over at me and I'm just freaking like shining it at the sun and trying to decipher it.
Yeah, before on the way up, y'all were going to the temple because that's where Surde had said he had seen a lot of cultist activity, was
Yeah.
up by point number 9. So essentially, before y'all were just making your way to the temple through the city, trying to avoid combat as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's only upon sort of getting denied entry to the temple that y'all came back, saw the library, and realized you need to explore the city at large.
Yeah.
The city. So,
Gotcha.
shall we begin with what's closest to us?
Yeah, we're close. We're real close to 8. Well, 8 would be the bear. It would be the ruined mansions.
That's right. Okay, so as y'all proceed out of the library, you've brought this sort of piece of paper or adjusted map, essentially, that you have, outlining the couple different places around the city that you think you need to visit. As y'all proceed, are y'all moving stealthily, or are y'all just
Oh,
sort of
you also
marching
said
through the
we're doing
city?
a. Were you saying would it be a short rest between sessions or no?
Not always.
Last
So
time and then
between
this.
this
Okay.
this time and this time,
We're
or
just
last
like
session and
still
this time,
setting out. Yeah.
it's essentially continued from last time.
Yep.
So no
Gotcha.
rest.
No rest for the
I
wicked.
think y'all should all be relatively full health
I'm
though, right?
almost full
Because
health. Yeah.
I was gonna say the only fight y'all had was against the people with the lift key.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So are y'all proceeding stealthily, or y'all just gonna sort of move through the town? As a reminder, while y'all were in the library, you heard another howl um, come up from the temple, but you don't know what that means.
Hmm. How? Well, how do you want to
Salty is
move?
probably the villain.
Who is?
Stealthing.
Stealthily is probably good if he's clarifying about the how. So
Yeah. Be like, oh, that sounds like something that, that I don't want to deal with.
All right.
Let's move quietly.
Roll.
I did
Oh,
that
no,
twice
no.
on accident.
No need to roll. I just wanted to know in terms of like as y'all are moving through the town.
Yeah.
So I think wisely y'all are sort of still making your way through the town, keeping an eye out for things. As you enter the ruined set of mansions, you look around you and you see very different from the residential area you were in before. You see these multi-story large buildings that as you sort of look in, you see go back for several rooms really far. You can only think that this must have been sort of the area where your quote unquote nobles would have lived or the extremely wealthy. Um, as you sort of proceed your way through, you see at the very end of this lane you're on one particularly massive house with a giant statue of a bear back on its hind paws um, out in front of you.
You say it's like, how big is it? Like 12 feet or something, or like giant?
It's like it's a pedestal with the bear on top. In total, probably like 20 feet tall.
Oh hell yeah, that's cool. Oh, I guess if there's anything significant, it must be that dude's house then, huh?
Perhaps.
I'm gonna go check out the bear house. Squeeb.
All right.
All right, I'm
Hey,
creeping
good luck.
up.
Is there anything you're looking for? Oh, wise of words.
Yeah, I'll probably start looking around and see if I see another carved symbol.
All right. I'll trail behind you. Ray, what are you doing?
so I'll stick with you. We'll trail behind together. Good luck.
Doing a conga line behind you, Everec.
Oh yeah. So, would I be looking for investigation?
Yes. Yeah,
All right.
investigation.
I'm
will work.
investigating at a 6. I'm too enamored by the bear.
No, it
I think
is a
that's
7.
a 7. I think it does the calculation for
Oh.
you.
It was
Yeah,
an
because if you
8.
hover over it, yeah, it says 8 minus 1.
Oh,
So as you look around, you see that there's a number of engravings into the wall. None of them look particularly special to you.
is it more
Though they're
elven? Is it more elven?
yeah, none of them are bears in the wall, but there's a couple different murals, maybe some old pieces of artwork. Some of it literally could just be chipped into like old chips into the wall from age, but you're like, oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, beautiful.
You do notice one plaque though, that's actually in metal on the wall,
Mhm.
but it's in Elvish, and you can't read that. So
You can't read.
Oh, found some more Ray stuff. I'm pointing at it.
All right.
Can I go read it?
Everec, stop taking
Sure.
the lead.
Ray, you go over to read the plaque, and it's a bit hard to make out, but as you sort of wipe your arm across the plaque, you can make out a couple of distinct letters. Uh, the beginning of it says, "The House of the Bear serves to shield."
What's it say, Ray?
The House of the Bear serves the shield, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Must be bad at the job. I don't know. I guess if they got nice houses and they're close to the temple, maybe the bear dudes are kind of like a royal guard or something.
Could
Right.
it
You want to
be?
keep looking around?
Could it be like the one we met in the forest? Is that why they're the protector?
Oh, you met a bear?
Yeah, when you were
Surde, yeah,
you were
is he transformed at the
Yeah.
end of the first session. He had introduced himself as the guardian of the forest and was in his bear form. But after repelling the wolf attack, he transformed back into his normal humanoid form from the bear.
Huh.
Meaning Surda is a druid.
I write down that thing next to number 8 on the map.
Hmm. I'm wondering.
Can
We're
we?
still out front, right? We're still out front where the statue is and stuff.
No, you're now in sort of the main hall.
Yeah. Oh, so it had like really
Is there anything down
decorated
the hall?
walls inside.
That's right.
Can we
Yeah,
see?
definitely a place of wealth.
Can we see anything at the end of the hall?
Yeah. So you already sort of went through the entrance hall. You're now in sort of a big open room, which, as a reminder, since these are ruins, like some of the walls are torn down. There's no roof above you. You can just essentially tell that this is a big open space that would have been kind of a entrance hall. That's where you found the murals. That's where you found the plaque. In the middle of the room, you actually see a number of other statues. In particular, you see one of several different animals: a doe, um, badgers, rabbits, mice, all kinds of different animals, as well as a statue of a number of people in armor holding spears, and they're sort of aimed to thrust at the animals.
Hmm.
No bear statue on this little set in front of us, though.
There is a bear statue
Okay.
on the other end of the hall, or not the hall, like the other end of the room.
Yeah.
Is it like
Okay.
all by itself or something?
It is, yeah. So like in the middle of the hall, there's
This
the
one's
two statues I mentioned that are just sort of,
this
let's say,
one's
like 15,
different.
20 feet apart. And
This
then there's a bear statue, much smaller than the one outside, but looks pretty similar,
Yeah.
sort of up against what would have been one of the walls on the other side of the room.
this one's
Uh-huh.
different than the one Ray just read from the.
Yeah, that was on a metallic plaque on one of the other walls.
Go investigate that bear.
Okay, roll me an investigation check.
Nice.
19. As you sort of start looking at the bear, you see
You just
that
got
it's
like a That's So Raven vision of what's going on.
it's remarkably well intact. Even the other two statues in the middle of the room have seen more damage than this one. And as you sort of touch it, you begin to realize that it's actually quite light. Despite its sort of sturdiness that would have made you think it was quite heavy.
I'm taking that
A,
puppy
a,
home.
a slight push actually allows you to sort of push it along the ground.
Hey guys, this is really light.
Is it sitting on something? Like, is it supposed to be moved around to do different things?
I don't know. I'm just pushing it.
Maybe push it over here with the other animals that these dudes are trying to stab, or maybe make the bear kill the dudes.
Are there any empty pedestals near the other animals?
There are not that you can observe.
I don't think so, Everec.
I was thinking maybe it's like slid in a place, and that might be. Maybe all the statues. Maybe there's small statues at the other locations, and if they're all put in their certain place, they raise the shield.
Alright, quit spitting hypotheticals here. Help me move this.
All right, you need help? I thought it was light, big man. I'll go help you anyways.
Well, I want a meat
where-
shield just in case things go south and like
Oh,
the
if it blows
statues.
up, we both die, okay.
Well, if the
where are
statues
y'all
turn
gonna
on
move
both
it
of
to?
us, I need a meat shield.
All right, where are we moving this thing?
Move it one forward.
One what?
One of its own unit forward.
Oh, so
And
moving its whole size one. Okay.
As you move the statue, you sort of look to see where it was before to check, as you were saying, for any pressure plates or hidden things. You don't notice that there was anything under or behind the statue.
Okay. So we need to place this one somewhere. Alrighty.
Does it feel dense or does it feel like hollow?
It feels dense despite its lightweight. Like it doesn't feel cheap or anything like that.
Hmm. Is there any writing or anything on it?
No.
Dang.
Hey, wait. So if it's so light, you think we take it back to the library and see if it interacts with the map at all? About how big is this smaller bear you were saying?
It's probably, we'll call it, between the pedestal and the bear on top, probably like 10-ish feet tall, 8 to 10-ish.
Oh, so it's giant. It's like, yeah, it's just half the size of the one outside, but it's still big. Okay. So I
Yeah, but
don't
to,
know if
like
we're dragging this.
each of the other statues you look at in the middle of the room, the humans probably stand about 6 to 7 feet tall. This one's about 8 to 10, and the other animals are the tallest. The doe in it is probably like 5-ish feet tall.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Is there anywhere else to go in this room?
Yeah. I was gonna say I rolled investigation a little bit earlier, but I was wondering if I could, if there was no pressure plate under the bear, if I could look around for anything that would be a pressure plate.
How about you and Sab give me either one of y'all give me an Arcana check, one of y'all give me an Insight check.
Oh, I think I'm shit at both of those. Which one are you better at, Sab? I've got a -1 at both.
Who's sad?
Arcana, I'm better at.
You better at Arcana? Alright, I'll hope to get lucky with Insight. Not bad-ish. Not garbage. Like, I thought I was getting the old 0.
12 and
Okay.
18.
I'll start with Hog. Hog, from your insight check, you recall the words that were just told to you, that the bear serves to shield. House of the Bear serves to shield. And Ray, you get a strong indication that the 3 statues that I've described to you are somewhat magical in nature.
I got it. We gotta use it as a shield.
So I wasn't super far off when I was thinking about making the bear maul the people. I'm like, hey, Squeeb, let's make this bear, let's go put him with the other statues, see if he works with the animals or something like that.
You said there were 3 statues that were magical?
Yes, the one
Animals,
you're currently
the people, and
moving,
the
the
bear.
animals and the people. Yeah.
Let's take the statue and move it over there.
Just like Beanie Bottom. Alright, let's do it.
Alright, where are y'all putting it exactly?
So you said the bear was on the other side of the room. Was he behind the people or behind the animals?
He was against a wall by himself.
Oh, okay.
The other 2 sort of stood prominently in the middle of the room.
Can we put it facing towards the 2 animals?
You can. So, what do you mean the 2 animals? The 2 other statues?
Yeah.
So is it like a triangle? Like you're putting it to where it can see both of them?
Yeah.
I was thinking if we could to put in between the animals and the people, maybe facing the people, like, get out of my house. They were being real aggressive, pointing their spears at our little furry friends here.
Okay.
Let's just draw this so we can be clear.
Yeah.
So the
Get
X,
out of my house.
the X, the X is the spearmen. The O is the animals.
Where are you
Where
drawing?
are y'all
Oh,
trying to
there.
put it?
I was thinking maybe have the bear pointing this direction, in between, protecting the rest of the animals, because these guys represent themselves with the houses and the animals, and the bears are the shield. I actually got the insight check in real life. Let's fight off the defenders with our bear boy here.
There you go.
All right.
As you place the statue there, at first when you slide it into position, it's still sort of catty corner to the way it was facing before. But as you turn it, it's not actually a mechanical lock that you hear, but this sort of vroom of, like, if you can imagine, when gears set in a lock or something, you can hear that click. It's like a magical click that you hear as if you've magically clicked something into place, and a beam of light shoots up into the air as the bear turns to shield the animals from the spearmen.
I just do like one of those little finger snaps and like a wink, like, got you guys. Like, I did something. Whoa! Oh yeah.
Alright. Go investigate that light olive garden.
Oh, is the light beaming up from the building we're in?
Yeah, directly from the bear statue.
Got
So
it.
like basically that really useless map add-on from DBD, just like shooting up and you're like, what?
Oh, the
Yeah,
map
exactly
battle.
like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Probably the same color as the shield too, right?
What shield?
The barrier we're trying to drop, or is it a different color?
Yes, actually it is
Yeah.
similar in
Yeah.
color.
Yep, that was
But
me.
though as a fighter, you probably don't know what that means.
Yeah. It may be potentially
That's a
connected.
really pretty color of blue green. I like
I
that.
know. Beautiful, isn't it, Squeeb? All
Yeah,
right.
you and Squeeb both are just like, oh, pretty light.
Just had the
Oh,
eclipse, now we get this.
All right, so
well,
with your first puzzle solved,
I
where are
was
y'all
gonna
up
say,
to next?
yeah, I was gonna ask the gang. I was gonna say, I think that's what we needed to do here. Do we want to check the map out again, or just go to the next area we have written down on our list?
We can just check the map out again, see what's closer.
Yeah, because we're close to it.
It looks like we're close to 5, or we're 6 actually.
6 is below 7 across the pond. The water.
Oh, there it is. It looks like 5's closer though.
Yeah, I would agree.
What is that? That's the old armories and barracks. That's the wolf,
Yeah, we
right?
saw a wolf carving. Yeah.
You want to go investigate that wolf again?
Sure.
Everec?
Let's go peep.
Not.
Let's go peep the little wolf.
Let's see if
I
you
remember.
Let's see if you gained some history in the time that we've been here.
See if my gears are turning now. That was the magic click. It was my brain neuron activation.
Awesome.
All right, let's roll to 5. Once again, a little bit more cautiously than just beeline it.
Yeah, no worries. As y'all sort of move your way, keeping your presence as stealthily as possible, you see that the town, while quiet before, it seems to be even more quiet now, unnaturally so. That even the woods themselves around you seem to have quieted down. But as y'all approach the old barracks, you do hear the sound of a conversation up in front of you.
Okay. It's in common, or is it in
Yes.
Elven?
Yeah, there seems to be a couple different voices speaking in common.
Yeah. What would it be to listen in?
Ears.
Would that be perception, or?
Are y'all trying to sneak up and listen to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or at least I am. I'm like,
Whoever's
"Hey,
gonna try and get close to eavesdrop will need to roll a stealth check.
okay, I'm talking about last time, but I was kind of on it with the stealth, so I'm thinking about going for it, fellas.
Let's see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring us to an old
15.
map just because I didn't make a unique one for this.
Raise upside down.
Hey, we've been here before.
Oops, I'm so silly.
Okay, is it just Olgierd stealthing up then? The other two of y'all are staying over to the
Yeah,
side?
he can tell us what he hears perfectly.
I just start doing sign language at you guys. Start doing like little dragons with my hands and shit, like.
We'll say that you can stealth up, see into the room or
Yeah.
into the area, listen in, and then you can make it back to them with a stealth check, or they can come join you with their own stealth check.
I'll either wave them forward or I'll go back.
Yep.
Yeah.
So in the room, and I'm gonna just drop a couple of NPCs that we have because it takes longer to get tokens. Let's see, who do I want to drop in here? Okay. In the room, sort of, or as you sort of round the corner, you see in this sort of open courtyard that there's 3 different people in there. You see 2 cultists, which are going to be these 2 guys. And then you see another one who's dressed in heavy armor, looks to be a little bit more experienced. He seems to be barking a couple of orders at the cultists, and you can hear them
Heavy, kind of like that.
essentially.
I guess I wasn't here, but kind of like that scale armor that the other people were dealing with.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
similarly, sort of heavy armor. Looks like an experienced fighter, from what you can tell.
Yeah.
He's issuing orders to the other 2 cultists around them, and they're all kind of generally complaining about sort of being left out here in the ruins. You can hear them mention the temple. You can hear them mention the larger group has been sent away, but that they've been ordered to stay here behind, where there's less food, no roof over their head, and generally they're kind of unhappy.
All right. So they can see me, right?
Who is that?
Squeeb and Ray.
Yeah, they can see you.
I want to kind of like point towards the doorway and do a number 3. 3 dudes in there, essentially. And so the information I was able to glean is that basically the main group is moved into the temple and they're still out here. And they're just kind of like, oh, set up camp. This dude's kind of barking at them.
Sounds like that.
Yeah, okay. And this is the barracks, right? Where our wolf symbol in our next puzzle may be, right?
That's right.
Alrighty. I think I'm going to wave them up to me. After showing them 3, point in there, and then wave them up.
And so to describe it, since this isn't its own unique map, essentially these 3 people are in sort of the massive open courtyard of the area. If you can imagine, like, if y'all have seen old like gladiator movies or things like that, where there's sort of like a training yard, and then around that would be several buildings with the barracks, the armory, other buildings that y'all had explored before.
Yeah. Okay. Or
So
maybe
since they're in the open courtyard,
in that case,
yeah.
I was gonna say I might want to see if I can sneak back to them and hash out a plan.
Yeah, since you already rolled a 15, you're welcome to stealth back to them if you want.
I'm gonna creep back to them and be like, "Hey, all right, fellas. So there's a couple cultist guys like we've dealt with before in there, but then they got another guy who looks a little bit more equipped. Looks like he kind of knows what he's doing. He's kind of running things. They said something along the lines like most of the group is in that temple, but I guess there's some stragglers still left outside. Do we want to go in to the training yard where they're at, or do we want to try to sneak around and check the buildings out without disturbing these guys at all?"
You said there was only 3 of them?
Yeah.
You sure? There's no Drake hiding around a rock or anything.
Okay, good point. I should have remembered that. I saw 3 people, and they were up, moving around, talking. There could be another one of those ambush drakes in there. However, I don't think there's any dudes just sitting around hiding. They seemed like they were keeping busy.
Yeah, from what you could see, again, since this map is a little bit different than what I'm describing, it was a pretty open courtyard, pretty large open space. You didn't see anybody else in that large open space. Not to say that there couldn't be other people in the nearby buildings or something like that.
You're like, well, I guess they're either in the other buildings or the ambush drake is under the sand this time. I guess I'll find out when my other leg gets gnawed off. You think you want to take them? I'm talking to Squeeb. I'm like, me and you could knock out the little guys pretty quick. Then we could freaking bully that big man and I could get myself a shiny new set.
Or a new prosthetic.
True. True.
Alright. You go in then. I'll be right behind you.
Fuck. Again? Okay. So is my
skills first, or do we have faith?
We have faith. Look at them.
Let's try it on. I mean, yeah, you got a point.
Alright. Alright, I actually got a plan this time, guys. Ready?
Alright.
So what are y'all attempting to do?
They're talking about sending me in again.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So
All
I
right.
think what my intention
Are
this
y'all
time
all gonna
is.
are y'all all gonna sneak up to the area right outside the open area they're at?
Yes.
Okay, I'll
Alright.
need everybody to roll stealth checks with advantage.
Woo.
I was gonna run. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll get up. Oh, I guess I should. Yep. Okay, we got a big old 5.
Add 4 to each of these rolls.
Okay, Ray has been able to move up.
I get a
Okay,
22.
Ray and Squeeb were both able to move up successfully, stealthily. Hog, you kind of just stumble, you trip over something and stumble into the open courtyard,
Yeah.
to where they immediately spot you.
So am I like in the doorway, like right in front of them, like in this area?
Yeah, in terms of how this map looks, yeah, you
Yeah.
sort of there's a bunch of walls around the area which I described before, and in the middle where there's this training yard that they're in,
Yeah.
you've sort of stumbled around the corners of the walls out into the opening of the training yard, whereas
Yeah.
the other two are still waiting behind the walls nearby.
Yeah, I'm gonna be all like, I'm gonna get off my ass and be panting. I'll be like, did they leave you guys outside too? I can't get in there.
Give me a deception check.
Let's see. 20.
Hey,
Whoa.
that 20.
Woo!
The
You got 20
more
back to back?
experienced, yeah, he rolled a 19 and a 20, a nat 20. While the veteran looks at you somewhat circumspect at first, the two other cultists, which the ones before that were sort of complaining about the situation, immediately they buy into the fact that you're complaining and that you're one of them, and they're like, "Oh my god, isn't it terrible that I hear they've got good food up there? They've even got a few beds.
Yeah.
At least they've got a roof over their heads." Sort
Yeah,
of as they sort of bring you into the conversation, you can tell that the more experienced leader sort of lightens up, and he goes, all right, men. Look, we may not have a roof over our heads, but at least we don't have to deal with that creepy wolf guy."
be like, yeah, wait, so if they have all the good stuff in there, I mean, what do we got out here?
He points to sort of the fire that they're building up around. He says, "Well, we're grilling a bit of food here. We've got some wine casks and some water, but it is our duty to stay out here and guard this place. For whatever reason, the wolf guy said it was important."
Righty, I'm gonna say something like, oh man, wine, I could use some of that right now and see if I could get closer to them. Can I advance closer to these guys, like walk up?
Yeah, as close as you want to go. They are totally bought into you being a cultist.
Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of walk
Before
in.
before you continue, what are the other two of y'all doing?
I was gonna say, Everett could invite us in too, but you're already walking towards it.
Well, I don't know. I kind of thought I fit the bill looking kind of like that other guy, you know? Like, I don't know about you guys.
Alright, we'll just be here for backup if things go south.
I was gonna say, I was gonna walk in and I was gonna try to knock one of these dudes out, like right off the bat. Like, just, oh, what's up, guy? Skull smash!
I don't know, Balls said as close as you need to get, and I was like, shit, he's about to seduce this man.
Hey, buddy.
Get out of here.
A hand on his chest, ruffling his hair.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I was gonna
Um,
try to just get us like a head start though, try to see if I can, like, maybe
okay.
when we're kind of being cordial together, just axe one of these dudes in the neck or something.
Ray, are you Ray, are you staying out there with Squeeb? Are y'all kind of just looking at each other, giving a nod to just sort of
Let him
wait and
cook.
be ready?
Let him cook.
I guess so, yeah. Letting him cook.
Okay, so Hog, tell me what you want to do then. I just wanted to make sure
Yeah.
that they were on the same page.
Let him cook, and then he gets fucking flamed
I was
on by
gonna
an
maybe act
ambush.
like-
Yeah, let him get cooked. He trips into the fire and starts getting grilled.
I was gonna act like maybe I was getting some wine with these guys or something, and whenever I got in like arm's reach, just like try to decapitate the nearest guy or something. You know?
Sure. Okay, so the cultist you're approaching now,
Yeah.
he sort of turns around to walk over to a table near him,
Uh huh.
and he grabs a a wine skin and starts bringing it over your way
Uh-huh.
and reaches out to hand it to you. Is this where you're gonna try to bash his skull in or axe him essentially?
I was thinking maybe when his arm's extended, maybe like try to like grab his arm and then hit him in the face or something, you know, like.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
just be specific about what you want to do, because that's going to
Yeah.
determine what I'm going to ask you to do.
Probably he's wearing the regular cultist robes, right?
Yep.
So I probably would rather use my axe rather than my hammer, right? I'm gonna maybe going to. So I guess how I would want my weapons equipped would be my axe in my right hand and my warhammer in my left hand, and I'm gonna try to just hit him with my regular melee attack.
Okay. In that case, roll me an attack with advantage.
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember the attack number. What was it? It was my strength, right? Because it's a strength weapon.
Plus your proficiency, yeah.
Yeah, and then my proficiency
Is two
two,
for your
right?
current level. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was that the proper
Thank
roll?
God you had advantage.
Yeah.
I think it says you rolled a strength save, but
Oh.
that works.
It would be a d20 plus my 5 on my
Is
strength, right?
yeah, because do you have a 3 modifier to your strength?
Yeah, I have 3 strength, and then it says proficiency bonus 2.
Yep. Okay, then that works. You absolutely hit this guy. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Ooh, and what was it on the axe one more time?
I'll have to look that
It was
up.
a
I don't have that on
D8,
me.
wasn't it?
What is it?
And
What is it? Is it a great axe or a war
no,
axe?
it's
Do you
one
remember
of the
what it's
ones
called?
I can one-hand. I think a war axe, or it should be. It had like an
It's a
info, right?
versatile one, right? Battle axe. There we go.
Battle axe, yeah. So I think versatile it's a
It's
D10,
one.
but one-handed it's D8, right?
Yeah, one-handed it's D8.
And
Two-handed
I
it's
add my.
D10.
Do I add my strength on it too? Plus 3.
Yep.
Okay.
10.
Okay, so I'll sort of narrate this as you walk up, and he goes to get the wine skin, and they're all just sort of joking around at this point, assuming that you're one of them. You take your weapons off your back as if you're about to sort of put them down to the side to sit down and have a good drink with them. But
Uh-huh.
as he looks to hand the wine over to you, rather than putting down your weapons, you just swing your battle axe and immediately just decapitate this guy, and his body falls limp to the ground.
Nice.
And with that, everybody roll initiative.
So is that kind of the surprise round right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, alrighty. I just went for it. Let's go. Alrighty, initiative. So it's if it says 1, that's a d20 plus 1, right?
Oh,
It's just whatever your dex modifier is. Yeah.
Mine's
Okay.
18.
more that one. Mine's not supposed to be +5.
Word dice.
Oh, I did a d10 plus 1. Should I just re-roll?
Yeah, if you rolled the wrong dice, yeah, re-roll.
It was like muscle memory from rolling so much. So I got
Hog's
the same shit. Oh no, I
cheating.
did. Did I do worse or better?
He did
Oh, I
the
did
same.
one better. Okay.
One better.
Yeah. Playing Cyberpunk, I rolled d10s all the time. I rolled 20. Muscle memory was 1d10.
Just double your score.
Okay, what's everybody's initiative?
I'm 10.
Mine is 18.
Okay. You're gonna have Squeeb go. Then the remaining cultist is gonna go. Sab, you said you got an 11.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be the cultist, then Sab, then Hog. Or sorry, not Sab. Let's say Ray, because I gotta get better about that. Then Olgierd, and then the
Olive Garden.
veteran is gonna go. What's everybody's AC and HP so that I can write that down for the rest of the session?
I'm at 11 armor and 19 health.
12 and 24 for me.
I am 13 and 20.
You said 13 and 20, Sab?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. They've got that number with that number. And the other guy, Scott.
Hog, how do you know? How do you feel knowing that you can never go down from here, and this is what we expect of you forever?
I set the bar now. That's higher than last time.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
All right.
I need to roll nat
Squeeb.
20 speeches or Ray's gonna be disappointed in me.
Yeah, nat 20. That was clutch. That was good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, awesome start to the combat. Squeeb, you are going to start us.
All right. I hear things going south. Let's get in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then that's
Each block's 5 feet, right?
yeah. How many feet can
Yeah.
we move? It's 30, right? Yeah,
30.
it's 30.
Yeah,
30
and you can move diagonally, so you don't necessarily just have to move in terms of like blocks.
That's as far as I can go, though.
Yeah.
You are a flame puker though, right?
He's an
Yeah.
acid spitter.
Yeah, but you're kind of in the way.
Oh, because it's a cone, right?
No, it's a straight line, but
Okay.
I would rather get 2 of them than you and one of them.
Yeah.
I'll just be behind
But
you.
you also have a run action too, right? If you don't take an action.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. It's called a dash. You can double your movement speed for the cost of your action.
I go diagonal like a chess piece. 1,
And you
2,
also, you'll
3,
still have your bonus
4.
action, right? You're not a dual wielder like me though. I can swing on my bonus action.
Did
You-
you dash, Trip? That was
Yeah,
your action?
Dash.
yeah, door dashed.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
$8.
That'll be $8, Hog.
Overpriced as shit.
All right.
Anything
Go.
else you want to do?
No, go get him, Ray.
All right, it is the cultist's turn first. So he is going to go for Hog since you just slayed his best friend.
No!
Buddy!
Okay. And he is going to attack you with the scimitar
And he needs to beat my 11, right?
or tie it.
Oh, okay.
He swings and misses.
I was
And
ready
that is
for
going to
you.
be his turn. All right, Ray, you are up.
So just to clarify, this is Hog, right?
That's right.
I'm the
Okay.
charming man.
Oh, that was definitely the
This-
person I was about to shoot. Because honestly, I have not been paying that close attention to his avatar.
He's
This
this.
one is the cultist, and this other one
He's
is
this
the veteran,
green
the
man
heavy
with the
armored
loot.
veteran in the back.
Well, his like D20 picture right here is different from that, so it was like I'm gonna shoot that dude, but then I guess I'm not. Okay.
I'm gonna shoot that guy. He one shots me.
What the
his
hell?
Family
I've been
Guy
with you
death
this whole
pose.
time.
Is this thing in the middle something I can shoot past? Or is this just like
Yeah,
a fire?
yeah.
There's a
There's just
campfire
a
they're building,
there's
right?
just a campfire they were gathered around.
If you shoot ice
Okay.
through it, it'll melt.
Then I'll like
Just get
Imagine that.
boiling water on him or something.
I'll like step into the doorway and do a cool little roll, and then I will shoot with my bow and arrow.
I love the cool little roll.
I was gonna say, be careful how you describe your movement, because I might make you do a check for that.
No, no.
I walk normally into the archway.
I use my left foot and then my right foot to step into the doorway, and then
Whoa, that sounds a little complicated. We're gonna need a.
Who are you attacking?
this person right past the little fire.
Okay, you said with your bow.
Yes.
Okay. Roll for damage.
Can I get a dexterity check on you walking?
Imagine every time you took a step, you had to make a dex check. It's like one of those games where it's intentionally hard to control your ability to walk.
Then you roll a 1 and roll your ankle.
I need you to do a check like when you
9
pull
damage. Ray, I'll let you have your fancy little roll for that. You immediately roll into sort of the open area to this training yard. You pull out your bow and you send an arrow flying across the open area, where it thumps straight into the chest of the cultist closest to Hog, who immediately dies from the wound.
Oh yeah. I was kind of hoping he'd fall face first in the fire, but maybe we need his stuff, so.
I was hoping he'd fall on the hog.
No. And catch on fire.
Now everyone's on fire.
Now
So
you're
it's
on
free
fire.
game.
Now you're on fucking fire.
Alrighty.
It's a 3 against 1. It's gonna
Alright,
be an uphill battle.
Yeah, Olgierd, it is your turn again.
I was gonna say, I do have a proficiency in intimidation, I think. Or no, maybe it's just, yeah, I think so.
You're welcome to try, but it'll be your action if you fail, or if you
Check
succeed.
marks. The check mark stats are my proficiencies, right?
Yep, and it should already be adding your proficiency to that.
I can also, though, so if I use my action on this, I could still swing my left-handed weapon, my bludgeoning weapon, on my bonus action, right? It just,
yes.
I think it wouldn't get my strength bonus, or does dual wielder mean it does get strength bonus on damage?
It doesn't get a bonus to your roll, but it does get, because of
To
your
the
feat, you
damage,
can
right.
add your strength to the damage.
Okay. So I think before I move in and give this dude a certified bonk, I'm just gonna be all like, you know, it's 3-on-1. You want to end up like the others, like pointing my blade at him, you know?
Okay. And nat 20 again. Oh my
My
god.
blade is already drenched in blood.
He looks to you as you've just sort of y'all have immediately taken out the two men around
Like
him.
6
He notices
seconds,
that he's
right?
yeah, less than 6 seconds. He is sort of eyeing each of you, and as you threaten him, he puts his weapon down and says, all right, very well. Look, this isn't even our operation anyways. We're just here for security. If y'all let me go, I'll leave.
I was gonna say, could I take his weapon?
You could. It's just a standard, like, military weapon.
Yeah, I just wanted to like get it to where he couldn't just grab it and decide to kill me
Oh,
like I
gotcha.
was getting wine, you know?
Gotcha. We'll say, yeah, like you kick his
Get
weapon
hella far or
aside or
something.
something.
It's gonna act
Yeah,
all
and
nice like you did at the beginning and then just have you in the thing.
And then I'm gonna kind of like,
y'all are out of combat now, so y'all are free to move around and talk as you will.
I'm gonna kind of try to wave Squeeb over towards me. Like, hey Squeeb, let's get over here, make sure Buddy doesn't try anything funny. And I think one thing, so I'm gonna tell him, be like, yeah, you'll be allowed to go, but one thing is, that you know if there's anyone else outside the barrier in this town.
Oh, one second, let me play some more music for us. He says, you promise you'll let me live if I tell you?
Yeah, man. As long as you don't come back.
He sort of looks around just as if to like make sure that there's nobody watching him. And he says, from what I hear, there's a few men stationed over in the southwestern part of the city, and then I was also supposed to have a few more men with me, but some of the drunkards are still asleep in the old residential quarters. As he says that, you actually sort of see this crackling energy appear around his head, and his mouth begins to foam, and he falls over dead.
What the fuck? I look at Squeeb, I'm like, bro, you see that shit?
Wait, I just zoned out. Someone repeat that. He just heard falling.
Oh my god! I've never seen something like that before, jeez.
Yeah, it's a once in a lifetime thing. Too bad Ray missed it.
Yeah, I was gonna say too bad Ray just was not paying attention.
Oh man.
I just see all.
Or it's under the
flanking him.
archway freaking picking her nose or something.
Practice in my role for the next combat, you know?
She's doing a little dance after she
Yeah,
killed
y'all-
that
y'all
cultist in one
killed-
shot.
I just killed someone, and I'm over here like, huh?
Oh.
The distance.
I'm like, I don't know, did I kill him by asking him the question? Did I just kill someone again? Like-
I don't think you're that powerful.
If are you
Nat
do y'all
20
want
intimidation. He
do y'all want to
died.
investigate the death, or y'all just gonna move on?
Yeah, we'll investigate.
Yeah.
You have
Okay,
rabies.
what exactly are you gonna, or what exactly are y'all looking at in terms of the body?
I was thinking I would at least try to ask Ray about like, hey, do you know anything about the? You said it was a bluish green crackle, or
No, it was a sort of blackish colored energy.
yeah. I was gonna say he had like this black energy crackling around his head, and then he just bit the dust. Do you know anything about that?
Sounds like evil.
Yeah, Sab, without having been close enough to sort of observe what was happening, uh, even an Arcana check now would likely reveal no additional information.
Hmm.
Are you
And
are
then-
you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
Squeeb, you're saying something like, is it some kind of like?
I mean, you're
Maybe
welcome to
some-
try if you want, Sab. If you want to
No.
do an Arcana check, you're welcome to.
I'll knock myself out.
Okay, but without having been up close and personal, you're gonna be able to garner at least less information. I'll put it that way.
21.
21. Wow.
21.
Wow.
As you go up and observe the body, despite not having been there, with your very successful Arcana check roll, you can
Super good
determine
description of what happened.
you can determine that there's some sort of residual magical energy on this corpse that's unlike the other two that died. In terms of how they died or what, you can't tell though.
Wonder if that's some kind of like oath they take, and they are spellbound and not squeal. Or give up. I don't know if it was the surrendering or the answering the question. I honestly was feeling pretty generous. I was gonna like, let him get a few feet away and then toss him his blade, be like, hey, that it's not your operation, go enjoy the rest of your life, bro. I fucking died. Oh man.
Do the other two of y'all want to do any sort of check on it?
Yeah.
I'm stupefied. I'm just kind of like, what the fuck? Oh man.
Hog, it sounds
19.
like as you're trying to think through the situation, you're trying to do an insight check.
Yeah.
Squeeb, what are you specifically looking for?
I'm just looking to see if there's like any. I don't
So
know.
insight is kind of just more like, I think in Cyberpunk it was called like deduction, like your ability to just like piece shit together, right? Like, well, this
Yep.
happened.
That's
this
like
happens.
insight. Yeah.
Probably. And like I was saying, it was probably some kind of oath or some shit. I don't know.
I was looking.
With the 10, as you've sort of already deduced,
It's probably about
all-
all I could get out
all
of
you
it.
can assume is like, hey, he's a cultist and he died, so there's probably like something going on there.
Yeah.
Can I do a check to use my peripheral vision and context clues to scan the area to make sure that there's no bystanders? Because
I can just say that you're looking around exploring and you see no other forces stationed in this area.
I was like, that made me nervous.
Squeeb,
thinking
you
about-
rolled a 19. What were you looking for though?
See if there was any other stuff that could have triggered his death on his
So you're
body.
just like investigating his corpse, sort of looking through his pockets and stuff to see if there's anything that would indicate that.
Yeah. Money.
Oh yeah, also he said he had heavy armor, right? What would be the advantages, or is he the same size as me?
This guy just
yeah,
hiding
he's-
hogs sizing up the freaking armor.
Yeah, as you sort of take off his helmet, you see that he was a half orc. So he's he's a little bit bigger than you. If you were to take that gear to a blacksmith in town, they could have it sort of melded to fit your body.
And would it be like an
He
absolute
was
pain
in,
in the ass to carry around though?
Probably.
Yeah. And then what would be the armor class on this versus my 11 I have?
He has splint armor, so you would just have to look at how that compares to your armor.
Got it. And is there debuffs for heavy armor?
There is. You get disadvantage on stealth checks.
Oh, okay. That would be the only thing that I could still move the same in my attacks. Would be the same chance to hit and stuff.
There are some differences for spell casting. There you would also need to be proficient in the heavy armor, or else I think you get disadvantage on all your weapon attacks. So that would be something you need to look into as well.
Yeah. I think as a fighter, right? Or
I
am I
think you're I
proficient?
think you're inherently proficient in light and medium. I think you
Oh,
have to pick a specific subclass to be
got it.
proficient in heavy.
At least for now, I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna undress the dead man. Plus, I don't know. Maybe Squeeb was right. Maybe he does have rabies. I don't want any issue.
In fact, Squeeb, as you and an Olgierd are talking about the armor, you notice on the inside that there's an engraving of a five-headed dragon, but that's the only thing of note that you
Oh.
notice.
Hey, look at this Tiamat engraving.
Huh. Said, no, you called him by name, Tiamat?
Yeah.
Oh. Is that who these cultists follow?
I won't make you do a history check because we've talked about this at least a little bit. The cult that you're sort of facing down here is often known as the Dragon Cult, or from those who know more about it, as the Dragon Cult of Tiamat. Uh, they've existed for centuries. Essentially, their goal this entire time has been to revive Tiamat from her place in the Hells. Um,
Hmm.
Most of this is myth at this point, but essentially their goal has been to do that. The way they've been doing that for a long time is by reviving dragons into lich dragons that they could then control and cause chaos through. But recently, there's been sort of an increase in activity as well as a bunch of things like raiding cities or villages that they definitely wouldn't have done before as more of like an undercover organization.
Huh. So they were always kind of undercover, though, until now. They're pretty overt with stuff they're doing now.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Huh. Interesting. Alrighty. And do the other
Right,
two
but
guys... So you said he had a military sword, splint armor, and then the other two guys, do they have anything notable, or?
not really. They've got some
Alrighty.
basic weaponry. Um, one of they have their cultist uniforms. The one is covered in blood, um, and the other has some blood seeping through by the arrow that Ray had just shot into him.
Mm-hmm. I think we need to find our wolf toys here, guys. Because, yeah, we're at the wolf section, right? 5. The old armories and barracks where we saw the... Oh, yeah, I think we could probably easily find where the rock with the carving was, correct?
Yeah, if y'all wanted to go back and look at that, you certainly remember it from the last time you were here.
Yeah.
Is that where y'all are gonna head?
Yes.
It was close to the training grounds, right? We were in the training grounds fighting those guys. Oh,
That's right.
was it carved on one of the barracks, I think? Or...
It was on one of the largest ruins of a building. You can come by and you see that there's one wall that's standing up, still mostly intact, and on it you see the engraving of the wolf that y'all noticed earlier.
Alrighty. This would probably be investigation. Is there symbols on other buildings too, or just this one?
Just this one that you
Okay.
can. You look around, you examine a couple of the other ruins. This seems to be the only one with the giant wolf on it.
Mhm. And then you said it's only one wall that's intact, though?
All of the walls are in some level of
Oh.
disrepair. This one just seems to be more intact.
Oh. So could I enter the building and look on the other side of the nicest wall?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go inside there.
As you go into the inside of that building, you look around, and similar to sort of some of the other ruins around you, every once in a while you see some old rusted weapons, some old structures, pillars here and there that have crumbled over time. And as you go to the wall that the wolf is on the other side of, you see nothing particularly remarkable, just sort of the flat surface of the other side of a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, I should correct myself. Similar to what you saw in the mansions, there is a plaque on this side that's written out in Elvish again.
Got it. Hey, I need some elven translation.
On my way.
You
He'll be
said you go
moving.
through same exercise before. Again, a lot of it's hard to read, but what you can make out says, "The House of the Wolf serves to hunt."
What does it say?
We're going hunting.
Huh.
The wolf be hunting. Also the wolf. Is there anything else I can find to read?
Nothing else in sort of in this room that you can see. Okay.
Well, this is kind of a dumb idea, but you need to rub some blood on the symbol or something? I don't fucking know.
Do y'all want to go out and investigate the wolf?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Each of y'all can roll a investigation check unless there's something else specific y'all want to look for.
Oh, not horrible.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, that's
Olgierd,
terrible.
from your 18, funnily enough, you do see in sort of this marble and stone structure, there do seem to be some dull brownish red stains into the stone, particularly concentrated near the mouth of the wolf, as well as sort of dripping down from its maw.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go take that frickin' severed head right over there and rub blood all over the wolf's mouth.
As you do that, a beam of greenish blue light erupts from the wolf engraving.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
I'm high-fiving Squeeb on that one. Bam! Bloodthirsty always works. I appreciate your reading skills as well. Ray, would you like a high five too?
Yeah. Go for
Oh
it.
yeah. Boom! Alrighty.
All right, from where you stand now, sort of in the training yard of this barracks area, you can still see the light coming up in the distance from the mansion area you were in before, as well as the one here. You now note that you have 2 lights set, 3 more in the town that you need to go find.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna check this one off. Alright, we got bear and wolf. The next closest one would probably be...
4.
Hold up, let me move my thing. Yeah, we could go right to 4 or 6.
Or 3.
And also we need 3. Yeah, 3 is the closest. That would be Badger. If we want to just head straight down to 3, head down to the Badger.
Which one's that one?
Did we explore that one yet? No, we haven't. I was gonna say to the southwest that would be 4. I think he said there's still guys there. Before he...
Southwest would be 6, and
Oh, 6.
yes,
Oh,
that's where
I was thinking south.
the
Alright.
that's where the cultist said
Alright.
that there were some men stationed here, and then he mentioned that there were a few drunkards that were supposed to be with him that
Yeah.
might still be in the residential area in 4.
Alright, I agree with Everec here. Let's avoid trouble and go to 3. Down the river.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so as y'all make your way down to 3, go ahead and reveal that as a location on the map. As y'all enter, you sort of see a number of sort of interesting looking structures. There's several sort of small buildings, as well as this massive open area with a bunch of small stone platforms that it looked like something would have been placed on top of, as well as in the center. There's this large fountain, though there's no water running out of it anymore. But everything sort of seems to center around this fountain. Right directly around that would be all those little platforms that you think something may have been placed on top of. And then sort of around the edges of this open area are sort of the small buildings set up.
So this is something I just noticed, like, the bear we needed to interact with was, like, pristine, you said. It looked like it was well kept, a lot nicer than the other statues. I wanted to see if the fountain that was no longer functioning looked as nice as the bear did, or if it looks run down, kind of like everything else.
The fountain itself, as you approach, looks quite a bit run down. But you can actually see in the fountain, there's sort of a pedestal in the middle that is of this badger, and behind the badger stands two marble scales. In one, you can see one on one side it's weighted down. There's currently like a rusted sword on one of the scales, but there's nothing on the other. So the rusted sword side is, weighted down essentially. And then, similar to what you found in other locations, on the edge of this fountain, where somebody may have sat or looked upon what was once the water spraying out, you can see a golden plaque again.
Hey, Ray, could I borrow your reading skills again?
You just like a summoning word. On my
Yeah.
way.
This one's gold. And also, this was the market. I think we might have to. This is just a shot in the dark. I think we might have to find something of equal value to the sword.
Were
What
you
does the
thinking
plaque
we had
say?
the Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
The plaque says, "The House of the Badger serves to please."
One
House of
squeeze
the
with
Badger serves
cheese.
to please.
Okay.
Are y'all going to? So you've mentioned the scales already. Are you going up to look at that? Because since there's no water running or anything, you can kind of just step into the fountain.
Yeah. Might be the worst decision of my life, but I'm just gonna take my hand and press down on the other side and see if I balance it out. If it just activates something.
How's that pleasing?
You push down.
It's gonna like absorb my soul and be like equal trade. Like
as you push down on it, you can feel sort of a resistance from the other side, but you're mostly able to push down the scale on your side, to where it's now overweighted on your side.
Nothing notable, nothing obvious happens. No magical clicks again.
No.
Bummer. All right. Squeeb, what's cooking in that little dragon hot head of yours?
Well, I'm just trying to think of the hint.
About serves to please.
Yeah, because the bear we put the wolf we put to hunt with the blood. Trying to
something
think.
That would be pleasing. We have this sword weighing down one side of our scale. And you said the scale's right by the badger, the badger pedestal's holding the scale?
The badger statue is in front of the scales.
Maybe we have to even out the scales.
Yeah.
I don't know. How heavy are you, Everett?
I think I'm like 200 something. I don't know what our unit of measurement is in D&D either.
For weight?
Yeah.
I'm 200 kilograms.
It's funny, we actually call them squeebs.
Oh, yeah.
Squeeb. Oh, yeah, that means his name is like, that'd be like calling someone like a pound. Like big ounce over here.
A little kilo.
Little kilo. Oh, man.
All right. So as you've noted, the scales are weighted down to one side. I think y'all are going down the right path. How do y'all want to approach this?
Could I take the sword off the other side and see what happens?
Yeah, you take the sword off, and the scales, as normal scales do, if there's nothing on it, they reset to be even.
Could I investigate this sword, see if it's just any old random sword, or if it has any kind of more like elven written on it somewhere, like if it's part of the puzzle or just a thing that's there for,
Sure. Do a history check for me. History or investigation, whichever you prefer.
I have the same modifier, I think. I'm 12 on that one.
Okay. From what you can tell, looking at the sword, this appears just to be an old sword.
Same as the other ones we probably saw in the armory type stuff.
Yes, similar to the ones you saw in the armory before. There doesn't seem to be any
Is there anything
interesting
else?
markings or value
Is there
to it
anything
aside from it
else?
being a sword.
Is there anything else that we can pull off and probably put on the scales anywhere near us?
I was gonna say, after checking it out, I'm gonna relay to the gang. Yeah, this looks like the other ones we saw. I don't think this one's remarkable, but I'm gonna put it back to how we found it and keep scratching my chin.
And as you put it back on the scale, it weights down its side again.
Can I put the sword on the other side?
Mhm.
Yeah, go for it.
You pick it up, you put it on the other side, and it weights down the other side.
Hmm. Can I put like my sword on the other side?
Sure.
I was thinking about placing one of my weapons, but I was thinking like my weapons are probably like my hammer would be way heavier. I'm trying to think how we can make it balance. You have a sword though?
Yeah, got my heavy great
Yeah,
sword.
as you put your great sword onto the scale and sort of get it to balance on the scale, um, it weighs down the side in its favor.
I put my finger on the lighter side.
And then maybe I could throw, so wait, the old sword plus my axe, would that balance out with this great sword? Maybe a little bit more, even if it's not perfect.
If you put your great axe on the other side, so it's the great axe, the ruined sword, and the great sword on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does even out somewhat, but the side with the great sword still is overweighted.
Damn.
Could I toss like a, what do I have for like money? Could I throw like a gold piece on the other side too or something like
Just try to cheese the puzzle.
Well, I was just thinking about like, you know how sometimes in RPGs you can trade items and then pay the difference with money, you know?
Yeah, well, so first is Squeeb, did you say you try to press down on one side
Yeah.
to like even it out?
Yeah.
Um, the side you press on, even though you only put a finger on it, moves down significantly. Like you weight it down significantly.
Didn't think I
Even
was
just by
that
touching it.
fat.
I was gonna say, what's your strength stat, bud? I pushed hard. So yeah, we are close to evening out if you barely had to push it. I
Yeah.
was thinking, you know, I don't know if it would count, but maybe we just put like a rock. I don't fucking know.
Well, let's look around more. Is there anything else there
Yeah.
besides the sword?
Search the area, the old marketplace.
Yeah, in the area you can find a couple of, like you say, there's plenty of rocks and like rubble around, but there's a couple other sort of pieces of scrap around, but nothing of particular value.
Hmm.
So, just in case the scales need to remain balanced, is there any kind of scrap that would be similar size to the original sword that was placed there? Because I'd like to take my shit when I leave.
Nothing in size comparable to the sword, which would be
Yeah.
quite heavy.
Hmm.
But there is a variety of smaller scraps and whatnot you could grab.
What does the badger look like? Like, what position is it in? Or, like, what pose is it doing?
He looks angry.
No, it's it's just kind of in a sitting position, I would say. And it's like it's got its paws
Oh
out and
my
it's
God.
sitting on the ground.
Angry badger, and there's so many pictures. Look at that fucking guy.
Hmm.
So it was close to balancing out with our stuff on it. I'm gonna take maybe a small scrap and see if I can get it to balance out, just like a proof of concept, even if we still need to take our stuff at the
Are you gonna put this scrap on
on the
Trip's side with the great sword?
uh What was the side that was heavier, the great axe and sword, or the great sword was still heavier?
Now the great axe um, and the scrap was weighted down.
Okay, so I'll try to balance it out with putting some scrap on great sword side.
So as I mentioned, the scrap is relatively small in comparison. Are you just putting one on, or are you looking? What are you looking to do?
Probably just throw one on and see how even out it is.
All right. Well, believe it or not, you have worked your way back into solving this puzzle. Um, as you throw the piece of scrap, even though it's significantly smaller than the sword, the scales come to a balance. Um, and I was thinking about being cruel for a minute, but um, a bolt of green and blue light erupts from the scales,
Uh-huh.
and you have offered the scales a deal of fair value, not necessarily weight, but it was a fair value trade.
Oh,
Mm.
interesting.
I was
So-
thinking about making the weapons disappear, but that would be cruel.
By scrap.
So,
Everec is a sacrifice we're willing to make.
I was gonna say that was your only weapon, right, Squeeb?
I could have made y'all think about it a little bit
Yeah.
more, but um, as y'all both take your weapons off, there's one piece of scrap on one side, one piece of scrap on the other, and while they are not equal in weight, they are equal in value. So even
Mhm.
as you remove your weapons, the light stays on.
God.
Although I was just gonna
So
leave
you
like
also don't have to leave your weapon behind.
leave Everett on there with the piece of scrap on the other side.
All right, guess I'm throwing hands for the
I was
rest of
gonna
this chapter.
I was gonna say, what if we took everything off and we both sat on and we both disappeared?
Yeah, so just because I thought it was a fun little puzzle, the idea of when you put
Yeah.
your hands on it was that you were weighing like your life against that of the scrap, which obviously like
It's not
you are of much
bad.
more value.
Yeah.
So regardless of how hard you push, it would still weight it down.
Hmm.
Yeah. Got it. Okay, that's cool.
Anyways, fun puzzle. That was
Oh.
your third. Where are y'all off to next?
How was that
We only
pleasure? Was that just trying to balance it?
We only have
My thought with that, I probably could have given you chosen a better word to be a hint. Was that you're in a marketplace? They
I thought
essentially
I thought I was gonna start like petting the badger or something with like pleasure.
no, it's like they sort of serve as merchants. Their family did so. They would make trades with the outside world essentially to like improve the lives of uh, the citizenry.
So
And
they're
so
like
they acted as judges of value,
I
which is
thought they
what the
were gonna be
scales were
like
for.
Chick-fil-A workers or something, just saying it's my pleasure.
My pleasure. Yeah, I think as y'all started going down that track, I was like, I probably could have said like serve as fair arbiters or something like that.
All right,
Regardless, y'all have solved it,
you want to
despite my bad hint.
you guys want
Where
to
do you
go
want
to
to go?
the drunks or you want to go to the lunks over at 6?
I was kind of thinking drunks might be easier to deal with, but we might want to handle people who got their shit together while we're in our best shape. What do you guys think?
Yeah, because that's the only location where we haven't been.
Yeah. I
So
don't need to get stabbed in the ribs by a broken bottle and then go fight the people who got their shit together.
And just a time check, Sab, you've got about an hour left.
Yeah.
all
Trip,
right,
I don't. I
speed
think
run.
you were. I think you were still in the bathroom when I was asking. What time do you need to leave? Because you
Like
also have a dinner,
like
right?
way later, like around 3 or 4 my time.
I'm good. I'm 3 or 4 my
Oh,
time, and I got
okay,
3
that's
hours
right.
on
Because
you.
y'all are super far behind us. Okay, perfect. So y'all are going to 4 then, or 6?
We got a speed
6
run
would
for
be-
Sab.
4 is where the drunks are, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to go to 6 first, fellas?
Yeah. Yeah.
That'll be the deer.
Okay. Y'all will proceed
Need some
sort of
jerky.
west from the markets you're at. There's a couple different paths. They're kind of hard to see in here that lead to that area. But as you approach, you can tell there's fewer and fewer buildings. And in fact, as you sort of reach a clearing, you can see that this area is in fact quite open with a number of trees, some grasses, several other plants sort of growing out. And you recall that this area was kind of called like the agricultural district, according to the maps and books y'all saw earlier.
It is a pretty
Mhm.
town. I kind of like the buildings intermixed with the trees and stuff. You know, I'm just enjoying it. What about you guys?
Yes.
All right. So as y'all are coming out of sort of this more dense area, I'll see it's relatively easy to approach stealthily, and you'll see that there's a small contingency of cultists sort of roaming by some nearby field houses.
Get a rough count on these guys.
Yeah, you spot 4.
Was it the
Or
cultists that went in there, or was it kobolds that went into number 9 up here?
It was cultists.
Okay. We should steal some of their cloaks if we killed them.
or we'd have to kill them in a non-bloody way. I mean,
No, not necessarily. If the blood's on the inside, doesn't matter. Or if
yeah,
it's on
so
the
if
outside, you could just flip it around.
Okay, yeah. So if I hit them with my hammer, it'll all be internal blood. Okay.
And maybe as long as you just don't decapitate them.
Yeah.
Alright, you gotta kill them with
You just
unlethal.
like dolphin dive on the ground and then stab up under their cloak. Oh my god.
Alright. Can we hear anything they're saying?
No, you're still a distance away, so you can't really make out
Would you
anything.
say we might be like a football field away looking in?
Yeah, about 40, 50 yards out, let's say.
Half a football.
We can start like waddling and shuffling down over there.
Yeah, from what you can tell, they're just sort of lounging around.
Lazy.
Are they lounging around with their weapons on them?
Yeah, they do still have weapons on their hips.
Okay, they're not that dumb. Cracking my knuckles already, though. You said it's 4 cultists, right? There's no heavy armor guy with these guys, huh?
Nope.
You
This
said it's a
seems to be
pretty open
sort of
area, agricultural district.
That's right.
Got it. So I'm gonna look at my team. I'm gonna be all like, "Alrighty, do we want to try to sneak in and axe some fools, or do we want to try to just walk up and be all like, hey, you don't want to die today, motherfucker. Give me your clothes, and then hope they all foam at the mouth and die too?"
How many of them do we see?
You see 4.
4?
Relatively open area.
Feeling lucky hog.
Always.
I feel like we could take them head on
Yeah.
or stealthily.
Since they're definitely gonna put up a fight back, I say we should probably try to pick one off while they don't notice us yet.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
freaking put on the DVD perk pebble and throw one
Mm-hmm.
at them.
So I'm gonna be all like, "Hey guys, so do we want to try to like spread out a little bit and sneak? And hopefully, if all 3 of us, we can each sneak on one, and then we just got one left to deal with. Do we want to do some synchronized takedowns?"
Sure. I'm gonna throw a rock at one of them and pretend to be a merchant.
Fair trade. Throwing stones and scrap.
Alright. I say we just try and pick one off as a group together. We don't have to go all off on each other
Alright.
by ourselves.
Got it. Okay. So
Okay, I'll say if y'all are attacking from a distance, then you won't need to stealth up. Who is going to try and pick one off?
gonna say, I know you guys have ranged options. Could I try to sneak in really close though, and if they shoot somebody, then I can freaking clobber somebody immediately after they take the shot?
You can, but it's going to be with disadvantage since this is such an open area.
Clobbered.
Disadvantage. I'll just chill with my gang then. Be like, yeah, shoot him in the eye. I do have throwing axes, right? How close do I need to get to chuck one of those?
That is a good question.
Also, are they retrievable? Like,
Yeah, I assume you
Yeah.
have enough of them.
I have
For a
2.
round of
So that's what
combat?
I was wondering if I could rip one out of the rib cage once I'm done.
Hmm.
Righty.
I don't mind going first with my decent range attacks.
What is the roll I would roll for chucking an axe at somebody? And then also, yeah, my range. How far can I throw? Would that be dependent on strength?
Your normal range is 20 feet with a hand axe, or
Yeah.
you can roll with disadvantage at 60 feet.
What about with my crossbow?
Crossbow, I think, is like 80 feet or something.
You
Okay.
know what? If you guys got ranged options, you guys can take this one.
Alright, I'll pick one off with my crossbow.
Are y'all gonna aim for the same one or different ones?
Gonna
Probably.
double body him.
Let's just aim for the closest one.
Both of you?
Sab.
Yeah,
Okay.
Alright.
Both of y'all roll attacks.
my blast.
And then I started blasting. What's the roll for hitting with
Did
the
you Eldritch
crossbow?
Blast?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the roll?
It would be
Dexterity?
Yeah.
+2 to this one. Oh, 6.
well, thankfully, Ray hit her shot, so Ray roll for damage. And because you have that agonizing blast feature or whatever it's called, you get to add your charisma modifier.
Agonizing blast. You just hear evil voices in your head saying, "You suck."
Where's... Oh. I think I have that already put. Because I did the macros like Sony showed me, and I think that has it in there already. Sadly.
Okay, that's not enough to kill the cultist, but you do take a nice little chunk of damage on them.
Chunk.
I'm very scared.
Now they're aware of your presence, though. I'm not gonna make y'all roll initiatives. I'm just gonna say each of y'all get a turn, and then the four of them will go.
Can you like draw like 4 little dots to see where we are? Because like this is how we're set up, I guess, with Sab behind and then me and Everec in front of her.
If y'all are fine with it, I can just move you to the other map too, but it's not going to be accurate at all this time.
That's fine.
That's all good.
It
We're
just
in an open area, right? So we'll just
it just
use
needs
the ground space.
I just need to see what I'm hitting on where I need to be.
Yeah, so we'll say like literally just ignore the wall, ignore the walls, ignore everything. We'll say y'all are down here.
No walls, no rocks, no fire.
Yeah, how far away would this 1, 2, 3? We're gonna say they're about 50
Oh,
feet
she's
out.
pretty.
Oh, there's 2 of them. 3.
Alright, it's 3 on 3. It's gonna be a fair fight.
4.
It's 4 on 3. It's gonna be an uphill battle.
All right, so y'all targeted this one that was closest to y'all. So you did a little bit of damage to it. Since y'all attacked from surprise, essentially, each of y'all are going to be able to take an attack here first before they go.
Alright, so 20 feet would be 4 boxes, right?
That's right.
4, and I can move 6 boxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move this close. And then is throwing a hand axe bonus action or action, or what is it?
A normal action.
Alright, I'm gonna chuck an axe at this buddy right here, up close.
Roll to hit.
It would be dexterity for axe throwing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I just clicked the dexterity button. I don't know what modifier it gave me. 17 plus 1 on my left side.
That's a hit. Roll for damage.
Alrighty, and then the hand axe damage. Do you know that one, or did I look it up real quick? Huh?
D6. D6.
Oh, just a D6? Alright, got it.
Plus your dex.
Plus my dex modifier?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that would be... So that's our 1d6 plus 1.
Oh.
All right. That cultist dies.
Yeah! And then, what are some options I have with a bonus action, other than striking with my offhand weapon?
Not many.
Got it. And then would I have to change my equipped weapons if I threw an axe, or are my weapons still equipped how they hammer and left, axe and right? Is it like changing
I'll say
equipment?
you wouldn't be able to strike with your like
Immediately.
offhand weapon because you just used a different weapon. But like going into next round, we can assume that you like switched.
Pull my
you
weapons
can declare
out.
that you switched. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so that'll probably be my turn right there.
Yeah, I think as a fighter, the only other bonus action you would have is what's it called again?
My
Trip
second wind?
second wind, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whose turn
Alright.
is it?
He just said us 3, then them 3. So you
Yeah,
guys.
Ray or Squeeb, whoever wants to go first.
Can I go?
Sure.
Use that acid breath.
Woo. 1, 2, a 3, 4. You said 4 or 5 blocks?
We can move. Each block is 5, so
We
if
can
we
move
have
6.
30 feet, we can move 6.
Alright. I'm gonna use my bonus action to get in a better position. 3,
That would be your
4.
main action, wouldn't it?
That would
Alright.
be your main action.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
main action.
So then you wouldn't be able to do your acid
No,
breath,
but
because
I
that's also an
can
action.
because I use my action surge to take an extra turn.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
And I'll use my acid breath on these 3. What is
there
that?
you go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right
Remind me what they need to. Is it a dex saving throw?
It's a. Let me see. Where was it? I just had it.
I've never seen him do this before. I just see him full sprint, and he just goes over these
The
fucking
DC for
guys.
the saving throw is 8 plus my Constitution plus proficiency bonus.
So
And
8 plus 5 then?
yes, and my Constitution modifier.
So
So
I think it's a dex saving roll, right?
let me see.
It would be on your race sheet.
Let me see.
Oh, there goes our uniforms.
Draconic breath. It's a DC 11 saving throw, determined by my ancestry. So
Right, which has a black dragonborn. I know it's acidic damage, but does it?
it
Can you
says
see where it says what the save is?
it says saving throw.
Constitution?
Yeah, Constitution.
Oh, okay. In that case, I need to adjust those numbers slightly, but it looks like 2 of them fail, 1 succeeds.
So what do I need to roll on this? Is it just a
Should
save?
say right there what you need to roll. The person who saves takes half damage.
Yeah, but it says for saving throw. Oh, that's for saving throw. Duck save. Oh, it doesn't say what I need to roll. I forget what I need to roll for this. Is it just a d20 plus?
No. Let me look it up. Dragonborn. Black. Acid. It is a dex save. 5 by 30-foot line. Save is 8 plus cons plus proficiency modifier. 2d6 damage on a failed save. Half as much on a successful one. So 2d6.
Okay. 8.
Okay, 2 of them die. One in the back took a good bit of damage.
Oh, fuck. I actually think Ray's got this fool with another shot if she pops it.
Sorry, I forgot that it's just straight up damage.
Oh, you went like you were trying to roll the hit.
Guaranteed. It's guaranteed damage. It's just if they save, it's less damage.
Yeah. No backflipping
Right,
out of the way of this.
Where you at?
Oh shit.
This dude's covered in puke.
I'll go for my chill touch attack since that's also a decent range one I have. The last one.
Is that an attack or they need to make a save? I'll take it. That's an attack. That definitely hits. Roll for damage.
That's the one with the little hand.
You kill him.
Bad touch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He big dead.
So like that's an ice blast type thing, or?
It's a necrotic damage, I think, right?
Oh.
Yeah, it like spawns a little ghost hand next to him and then it kills him.
It's a spooky
God.
ghost hand.
After watching YouTube pull that shit out, I'm like, oh, I don't want to fuck with you guys.
Yeah, you've now cleared out all the cultists, one with a hand axe, one with a necrotic hand, and two with acid breath. That has, as you mentioned, Hog, dissolved what they were wearing quite a bit.
Yeah. And then, so could I pluck my axe out of the other dude's body?
Sure.
Throw it again another day? Maybe
Keep it
even
for
later
another
today?
day.
Hog
Yeah.
looking D&D chat real quick.
For the fucking face. I forgot it was that brutal in SpongeBob. Oh my god. Oh man. Alrighty. Well, we're in, I think this is deer. Let me look at my little map again. We're looking for some deer action in this area.
That's right.
Yeah.
Are y'all
So
going to
this is
investigate sort of the nearby buildings?
Yeah, the agricultural district. I'm learning the pattern by now. I'm gunning it for a plaque.
Sure. So as you look around,
I
you
don't know why
see,
you're gunning for it. You just get to call Ray over.
Well, we need to
Very
find
true.
it first.
You see, there's several sort of small buildings out near where you are right now, where the fields and the trees are. But in the distance, you can see one larger building, which likely would have served as sort of the base of operations for this area.
I'm gonna kind of point towards the big building and be like, "All right, guys, let's find our plaque."
All right. Trek forward.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, do the smaller buildings look interesting at all, though, or is it like, yeah, the big buildings where shit happens?
Not really. If you had to guess, from this being an agricultural ward, these would have served as storage buildings, stables,
Yeah.
granaries, things like that.
God. Okay.
And
Yeah,
orgies.
let's head to the big one, unless you want some grain, Squeeb.
As you head towards the large building, you see out to the side of it that there's um, a number of deer statues that sort of seem to be sort of like tending to the ground, almost like they're eating something off the ground. But you can see that there's several other that are actually taking like their antlers and almost creating like rows in the ground. It looks like their
like
antlers are in the ground.
like they're hoeing the ground with their antlers.
Yeah,
That's
and you
cool
can
as
see
hell.
the largest one in the middle is a massive stag, with a big sort of pot in front of it. Near the entrance to the building that you're at, though, before you go over to the statues, you see a plaque, and I'll just go ahead and say Ray goes up. She reads it, and it says, "The House of the Deer serves to grow."
So the deer serves to grow.
We need to
I
water
see.
the freaking ground.
Well, I was thinking, he said that they all look kind of like they're tending to the ground, and the largest stag in the group has a pot. Maybe we gotta plant something in that pot, put some soil in there and something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Got any seeds?
As you go to look at the pot that's in front of that big stag, you see that there is, in fact, a good bit of soil in it, and there's like some little bits of grass and stuff growing out of it, but nothing else.
It's already got life in the pot.
Can we look where the, what's it called, the deer were hoeing the ground? See if there's anything growing there.
Sure. I mean, everywhere there's kind of like some low weeds and grass growing, since this is,
It's been reclaimed by time.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
ruin. Like, pretty much everywhere is covered by some sort of nature.
Yeah.
Could take a pretty flower and put it in the pot.
Is there flour?
You can dig one out if you like.
Put a little pretty flower in there, Squeeb.
Yes. It does nothing.
As you put it in, the eyes of the stag begin to glow, and behind the various other deer, you see a sort of light being shown onto the wall, again in Elvish.
Oh, it's the light is making like letters and stuff.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right, preschool teacher, what do you got for us this time?
Another flower.
Ray, I need you to make a nature check.
On my way.
Do you know what a plant is?
Oh, no modifiers. Pray for me. Oh, not to manually type it in. Okay.
Oh my god.
Just barely. Ray, you don't know a ton about the specific words it's mentioning, but given sort of the order that you can read them in, it seems to be almost like a recipe or an instructions list. You know, like a recipe will have not only ingredients, but then also like instructions of when to add what and what to do with things.
Yeah.
And if we need to water it next.
Water.
How close are we to the water down there? Be like a little jaunt. Is there buckets or anything like that, you know?
What if I spit in it?
Jeez.
Watering, you do notice that it does say something about watering it, but it mentions a very specific kind of water. It says it's essentially some sort of magical well water.
Hmm.
That's like one of the last steps to add.
God. Okay, okay. So before we even get to our magical well, what do we gotta do first? Ray.
We gotta look at this little thing and read the instructions together on how to sprout it, you know?
Well, I can't read.
Yeah, right. While you can't recognize the specific things it's asking you for, you're able to relay that information to the rest of the group, for which y'all are free to sort of explore for the ingredients as you'd like.
Should I try to nature check too? See if I know what she's talking about?
You ain't got a green thumb.
Sure. Yeah, if you recognize any of the names.
I'm fucking stupid.
They are well above your head. You're just like, yep, I recognize the word water.
Yep, I know what water is. I know dirt. Oh yeah.
Drip, do you want to roll one as well or no?
Yeah, sure. It said nature check.
Mhm.
Let me see if I have a green
Turns out
thumb.
Squeeb
nice.
actually has a deep
Uh,
and experienced agricultural background.
You don't recognize the specific words being used here, as this is sort of sounds like a recipe you're unfamiliar with, but you do recognize from your time traveling that these are ingredients that would have been kept on a farm, essentially used as a sort of fertilizer.
Let's hit those smaller buildings and see what they got in storage.
Poop.
Yeah. Anyone got a pinch of loaf?
Magic poop.
Yeah. Alrighty.
God, I see the Muffin Man's live. Gotta skedaddle. I'm
Right.
just kidding.
As y'all go back to the buildings, you spend some time exploring, and sure enough, you're able to come across
Poop.
the various different ingredients that are called upon by the ingredient list.
Magical shit.
Yeah.
There's a couple different magical components. The final one points to a magical well, which you'll actually see there's several different wells around, but not noticing anything particularly different among them. You just go ahead and grab some well water.
Just looking at Squeeb, I'm like, bro, we drink the magic water.
No.
It's probably a bad idea.
Do you drink the water?
No.
What would happen? What happens when I dip my finger in it?
Are you dipping your finger in it?
Yeah.
Nothing
Corrupted
in
the
particular
fucking
happens.
well.
You just it's extremely cold to the touch.
And then what happens if I now tap my tongue on my finger? I just dipped in the magic water.
It's water.
Okay. I don't get super healthy or nothing.
No.
I'm not dead either.
No.
All right. I'll quit messing with it.
Never take Hog to like a freaking aquarium or anything.
Is this
Welcome to the
fish
poison
water?
factory. I want to taste it.
Are y'all gonna take the ingredients back to
Yeah.
the pot now?
What would you say our total like number of things we have to deal with?
It's about 5 different ingredients, including the water.
Okay.
What does it need? It needs water, fertilizer, sunlight.
Oh no, looks like Hog drank all the water. We need to start over.
To spare y'all from making a bunch of different checks to like combine the ingredients and stuff like that, I'm just gonna say you follow the instructions to a T. Y'all are able to successfully do that, and I assume you're gonna add them to the
Pot with
to the soil now.
Pot.
Yeah.
Okay. The final step, as I mentioned earlier, is
So you said
adding
it's
the
kind of like
magical well
magical
water.
things we're putting into the soil.
Yep.
And then
And
we
there's
water it finally.
the
Water.
final step. You water it, and you see that almost instantaneously, you begin to see this flower that you had planted there grow larger and larger until it becomes eventually like the size of a sunflower. Um,
Man.
and sure enough, poof,
Nature's
light of
beautiful,
blue-green
isn't
light
it?
erupts from the pot. And you've now unlocked your 4th key.
Nice. Yeah, I'm sitting there and I'm like, huh. I'm like, hey, wasn't that town that you guys were at? Didn't they just get all their farms burned? Or am I talking about the other group? No, that town that got attacked. Yeah, didn't they just
Greenest?
get all their farms burned down? They might need to pay this place a visit.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Um,
Alright.
Magic
Nice.
fertilizer.
My
On to
usual
4.
brand of stupidity aside, let's get moving, gang. Let's slit some drunk dudes' throats.
No, keep your stupidity. We need them for the drunk people.
Well, it's gonna be like, no, it was the friends we made along the way.
Well, you might be the translator this time, Everec.
Oh, yeah. Oh man, I can't remember that there's a side quest in Fallout where there's this drunkard on the street and you can't get any information out of him, but if your character's intelligence 1 or 2, he sounds like a distinguished gentleman speaking to you. So it's gonna go down right now.
Okay, I'll say y'all cross the bridge over the river. You make your way towards 4.
Yeah.
As y'all arrive in this place that y'all had kind of scouted out before, you're able to get back to the main plaza easy enough. And as you're approaching, you're being careful to listen out for sounds because you knew there were a lot of people here before. And the guy who told you that essentially there were only a few drunkards left immediately died afterwards. So don't know how much we trust his credibility. But indeed, there's no more song. There's no more sounds of conversation. In fact, it doesn't seem that there's really anything in this area.
Yeah. I was gonna say by the time we went all the way up to the north and then we did our messing around and now we went all the way down, hit all the other areas to the south, they're probably a few hours deep in the party, huh?
Oh yeah.
They're all fucking fucked up now. Righty.
Yeah.
No more
So,
party hardy.
Are y'all gonna move in stealthily? Or are y'all just going in? What's the plan?
I think it's the plan to do stealthily.
Nice. I say squeak
Yeah.
and sneak in. Or I
Okay,
can walk up and I can go, where's the ale? Really loud.
I'll say no need for stealth checks. Y'all can kind of proceed into the main plaza, to where in the middle of it you see a statue, pretty modest statue. This one only maybe 2 or 3 feet tall, of a mouse holding a little rapier in his hand,
Giant
sort of letting
mouse
out a
now.
cheer. And around this statue are 2 cultists entirely passed out on the ground, just like laying at its feet.
And they all had black robes too, but they're not the. What was it? The guy playing the lute. He had like a black mask too, or I can't remember exactly.
He did have a cloak kind of covering his face, but he was wearing black leather armor,
black
hardened leather armor.
Oh,
Whereas
I
these
can
guys
pull
are
his
wearing more
up, right?
like robes.
So yeah, so we can tell it's not that dude who stood out from the crowd.
Correct.
So they're passed out. I look at
They
Squeeb, I'm
are.
like, hey, you got your sword, right? I mean, I'm wondering. Let's see if I can find a GIF really quick. Can I do this to one of their heads with my hammer? And then I was gonna see if Squeeb could just crush the other guy.
Y'all are welcome to. Are y'all gonna baseball bat either of their heads from one side?
I'm like, hey, Squeeb, you think we can? And I just like draw a line on my neck, you know?
Yeah, you can do it to one of them.
Yeah. You get the other one though, like together,
Nah.
you know?
Nah,
One and done.
I just want to
Yep.
intimidate the other one with the watermelon squish of the other guy's head.
I meant like, well, stay hidden though, you know. We might have one guy start screaming, and then a bunch of other people are gonna come out of the woodwork, you know. I ain't trying to catch an arrow from that man in black.
Yeah.
It seems like some of these cultists roll around with people who actually know how to fight, like that big guy, you know. I don't know if that archer could frickin' poke my eye out from football field away, you know. Anyways, yeah, it's up to you. Or we could walk up and the mouse statue. Does the mouse statue have a plaque or no?
It does.
Okay. I don't know if we want to just try to walk up and read it, you know.
Up to y'all. What do y'all want to do?
I'm asking you guys.
Get in there, Hog.
Okay, I'm gonna go pancake someone's noggin, and I guess Squeeb, you can talk to his buddy. You can give him another SpongeBob
Yeah,
gift.
are y'all trying to take out both, or is it just Hog taking out one?
It's just Hog with the blood of watermelon juice on his hands.
This is you with the other one. You're holding him. You're holding him at his buddy's corpse. Look at it. Tell us what we want to know.
I'll go ahead and roll with advantage.
Strength.
No, attack roll.
Okay. So yeah, no stealth on this. I can just kind of casually walk up and then be like,
You can just.
time
They
to
are.
ruin your day.
They are fucking out of it.
With advantage
20.
saved my life.
It's also +5, right? Because that's just a strength roll.
So
Not
you
an
got
attack
a
roll.
22.
Yeah, 22. Yeah, 22.
If I
Absolutely
didn't get
hit.
advantage, I would have smashed my own toe.
Roll for damage.
Well, it already
And then
hits.
so if I just walk up with the warhammer in my hands, it's versatile, so I'm rolling a d10, right?
Yep.
Alrighty. D10 plus 3 for my strength, right?
Yep.
8 to the noggin.
You smash his head in.
Is this uniform wearable or no?
I would say not, as you just showed with the watermelon popping.
Oh, so is that visceral? Hell yeah.
There's quite a bit of blood everywhere, but somehow his friend is still sleeping through it.
I was
He
gonna say
had a long night.
I was gonna say nobody saw that go down. I just looked back over my shoulder at Squeeb and gave him a thumbs up.
Just with gore and blood on your face, just like nice.
Look at the gift. Alright, I'm gonna
do with the other one.
I'm gonna shake the shit out of him and wake him up and say,
Hey, you gonna whisper? You gonna be like, "Hey, buddy, wake up! Look at it! Hope you slept well." While he's fucking with this guy though, kind of like I was saying, I don't want the guy to scream and alert everybody. I want to be looking for anybody else coming out of any other building. So while he's doing his thing, I want to be on watch type.
Okay. Squeeb, you're gonna shake him awake and try and intimidate him.
yeah.
Give me an intimidation check with advantage.
What is that? Just 2d20s?
Well, intimidation is a
It's a
skill.
let's
Yeah,
see.
I'm proficient in
I have
intimidation.
+2 on. I'm proficient in it too. On
I guess you
intimidation.
got a 10.
Yeah.
That's enough to very much scare the shit out of this drunk guy that you just woke up. You sort of start to show him the dead body next to him, who he is partially covered in the blood of, as well from being so close by. He just wakes up like, oh.
I cover his mouth. Don't say anything. Don't scream. Your head's gonna get smashed in like this watermelon over here. That was your buddy.
He vomits a little bit on your hand.
I wipe it on his face.
Acid breath on his face. Who can play that game?
I slick his hair back with this vomit.
Oh god.
He's slicking his hair back. Shh, shh, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay if you tell us what we want to know.
As
So like the
you
Joker.
take your hand hand off to slick his hair back with his own vomit. He screams again. Ah!
All right, just kill this one.
I'm gonna do the old patty cake with my hammer in the ground and his head in between.
Right, whoever's attacking again, roll with advantage.
I'm holding him down. Watermelon, this man.
Alright, so it's advantage, you said, right?
Yeah, so 2d20 plus your
Net ones, you smash my head in instead.
2 nat ones.
So it'd be 9 plus 5. Well,
Yep.
so that actually worked out. My modifier is 5 and one of the dice was 5.
It happened to work out. Yeah, you hit. Roll for damage.
6. I
Watermelon.
think he's still alive.
Yeah, you essentially smack him in the chest, and you can just hear the air and the life gasp out of this man, and he vomits again.
I punch him in the face.
Just beat the fuck out of him.
All right, roll with advantage.
At least I put the other guy
Jesus
down. So this dude's suffering.
Roll. It's a unarmed. I think is a D4.
4.
Yeah, you punch him and just lights out. That's all he had left in him.
Ugh.
He's
Dead.
dead now as well.
I just like shake off the throw up on my hand on the rest of him.
Wipe it off on his robe. And ruined another robe.
Fuck. Alrighty. Well,
All right, those two guys are dead.
After
This
that
fight-
gruesome scene, when I look over, I'm like, "Hey Ray, you want to read this plaque?"
The plaque which now has a little bit of vomit and blood on it.
Maybe even a brain chunk.
Ray can read out. Let me pull up my notes again. The House of the Mouse serves to live. And at the bottom, or actually, can I get each of you? Can I get each of you to roll an investigation check on the statue?
That's essentially what just happened. Investigation.
Mhm.
That's plus 0.
Ray is the only one who notices.
Literally how that guy died.
At the foot of the statue, though this statue is already smaller than the ones you've seen, there are 5 more mice, just like actual life-sized statues of mice at the foot of the larger mouse, sort of with their hands out in front of them, as if they were like asking for food or something from the larger mouse.
Anyone
Like
got
pleading with it.
peas? Did the plaque say anything? Or?
Yeah, it said the House of the Mouse serves to live.
Serves
Okay,
to
so-
live. Oh, maybe we
Probably-
shouldn't have killed those guys.
Oh. Oh, okay. Oh.
You know any reanimation magic?
Yeah. We're sitting there with 2 bodies and it just says, "We serve to live." We're like, oh, fuck. All right. And you said it looks kind of like they were pleading, like begging for some handouts, some food.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They just partied. We can probably find some food around here. I don't know if his regurgitated food would count. I want to put some food in the mice hands.
Okay. Sure enough, as you said, there's a feast here, so there's a ton of different scraps of food left, little bits of bread and dried meats
I
around.
take a piece of cheese.
You do find a piece of cheese as well.
Gotta use the cheese at least.
What are y'all gonna do with the food scraps?
I
Put
wanna
it in
put
the
'em in the little mice hands.
A little pause.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cheese.
Y'all got that one straight away. As y'all put the little scraps of food.
Oh, could I
into
try a
little-
chunk of
little
brain in
mice
one of the
hands.
mice's hands?
Why?
That'd be a little funny.
It fails.
It does. Yeah, it doesn't do anything with the
Okay,
brain,
I'll
but
put
if
the
you
cheese.
you replace it with a little piece of sausage or cheese or something,
Yeah.
light erupts from the larger mouse statue. And with that, you've unlocked fifth key, the
Oh.
fifth key. And in the distance, you think you can see the sort of veil that was above the temple. You can see the very top of it from where you are, and you see it begin to recede, though you can't tell whether or not it's completely gone, given that you're still pretty far away from it.
God.
It's receding like Growlo's hairline.
True.
Righty. Well, do we want to head back and see what kind of a dent we made in that, fellas? Maybe while everyone here is still sleeping.
Yeah, we can talk
outta
about
here.
the trials on the way back. That last one
Yeah.
was kind of easy. I mean, a mouse with cheese.
Yeah. The fight was easy too.
Like Hog put the vomit in its little paws and it like animates and tries to kill him. It's chasing him.
I tried
Yeah,
giving the mouse some brain, and it's like, it's not. Oh, man.
It's gained an appetite for human flesh and comes to life and tries to tear at you.
It's like the little evil bunny from Monty Python.
All right, let's get in there. Where's our bird friend?
Y'all asked him last time to just kind of fly above and keep an eye out for cultists, so he's
You
been
watched
doing
that
that.
whole thing?
Are y'all gonna wave him down as y'all are approaching the temple?
Yeah. Get down
Okay,
here.
As a reminder, I'll pull up his character and show everybody.
Get down here.
Where is Surde?
Oh boy, yes he is.
So Surde flies down and he transforms from his hawk form back into his normal half-elf self. And he goes, "Well done, everyone. From what I could see, you were able to dispatch the cultists and figure out what was needed to be done. It seems in the distance that the veil covering the temple has been dropped. We are able to proceed to the temple now without issue.
Shall we?
We shall lead the way." And he follows you all up to. I assume. Are y'all making any stops along the way? Or are y'all just gonna make straight?
I was
temple?
kind of curious of what the map in the library looks like now, but if I'm slowing down the group, I'm not going to be like, "Hey guys, let's go look at the library."
Well, if you recall from the library, it didn't react to what was going on outside in the city. It reacted to the presence of the tomes on the pedestals.
Oh, so it was just kind of like a model of what we actually just went and did.
That's right.
Okay, that makes sense.
And now we go into the city.
Go
Not
to the
looking
temple,
like cultists. And
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. After saying that y'all were gonna go and get some cultist robes, y'all ended up ruining all of the cultist robes except like one that y'all found.
It's got puke on it.
yours has
That
watermelon
one's
juice on it.
Yeah. A
As
few
y'all
of them
approach
don't have
now-
hoods. The heads are gone too.
As you've been exploring the city, it's now become almost dusk as you approach the temple, and you're gonna cross the bridge into this temple area. Which did I move y'all? Yeah, y'all should be able to see the new map now, right?
Over the river.
It's loading for me, I think. Or no, I need to scroll down. Okay.
So if y'all can
I'll just
put yourselves all kind of at the bottom of the
Yeah.
map, on the pathway leading up the hill.
Yes.
I can just click and drag myself on.
I'll drop
Yeah.
Surday in as well.
I don't see anything. It's
So
all
he's on
up
foot
there.
with us as well.
Yep, he's on foot with y'all as well.
Where's my... There I am. Oops. Squeeb and...
Oh my
And
god.
Surday, as y'all approach the temple, turns to y'all and says, "Well, as I've said before, this has kind of been where most of the activity has been. Likely the Dread Wolf is here as well.
Oh fuck.
How would you all like me to stay here with you, scout above? Where all would you like me?"
Do you have any fighting techniques you could help us with?
I think it's bear, isn't it?
She says, I've got some magic at my hands, and he says, if needed, I can wild shape. If the Dread Wolf's in there, y'all should probably leave him to me.
Okay. Why don't you scout the area for us, and if you see we're in trouble, come down and give us some help down on the ground.
Or if we see the dread wolf.
Yes.
Okay. Y'all want him to go ahead and scout ahead for the area that
Yes.
y'all can see.
Yeah.
Okay. He
Maybe give us a little flyby.
he'll kind of fly up around this area. We'll say he's flying as a hawk, kind of above. He'll return to y'all real quickly and says, the outside of the temple is clear. There's one main entrance, though. Given that this is a ruin, there might be other entrances that I'm unaware of, but there doesn't seem to be any activity going on outside the temple. We'll have to go in if we want to learn more.
Shall we
Just because he
then?
planted the seed in my head that there may be other entrances, I think I want to maybe investigate along this like rock wall as we walk up the stairs and see if I can find any rocks that are like a secret door or anything.
Only rocks I see are your head. Now let's follow through.
I'll say as you're walking by, I'll allow you to like put a little hand on the wall or something.
Yeah.
Nothing seems to be out of place. This seems to be just sort of a natural construct of the island that you're on now.
Got it. Okay. All right. Coming up
Right.
around the bend.
Let's go,
I was
Rockhead.
gonna say y'all can join Sword A up where he is.
Let's go, Rocket. And then there also could be some shit in there. Looks like
I was gonna say
two
from
trees,
what you
just a
can see here, there's
graveyard.
essentially this little bit of ruin here, which is mostly dilapidated at this point. But if you recall, the temple itself is largely intact. In fact, this main wall in front of you is almost completely intact. And then there's this sort of area next to it that isn't quite as well intact, but the walls are still relatively high. You could get over it with some effort, but
That would be
still
acrobatics, huh?
still would be a challenge to get up there. And then the main entrance is over this way, Surday says.
Got it. Well, unless some acrobatic archer wants to climb up to the top and cover fire for us. I don't know if it would really do me any good to climb the wall. I'd just be at the top with a bunch of freaking blades.
You're in trip, get in there.
Nope. I only have a crossbow. I'm better suited on the ground.
Yeah.
But our range person.
I'll give her a shot, I guess.
I was gonna say, could Surday tell us if it's worth being up there? Could he just
Fly
Oh,
up
no.
there.
ask her up?
I was gonna say, do you want to ask him?
Surday,
Can you use
see
those
what's up over
things
that
on your
wall
back?
over there? Looks like we might be able to climb it, but I don't want to, one of us getting hurt for something that we don't even need to do.
I'd rather
Rather
you get
than-
hurt than us.
Rather than wild shaping, he just sort of scrambles up the tree next to the wall and then jumps up onto the ledge that's about 12 feet up and looks down and he says, well, the main wall of the temple is seemingly intact, but there does seem to be a doorway down in this building that y'all could potentially access the main hall from.
All
Or
right.
the temple.
Give me a leg up.
I said I don't know if we want to risk climbing it, and then he just says skill issue in the coolest way possible. All right, I'll boost you up, Squeeb.
Oh, I've fallen.
You have a life alert?
No, it's out of battery.
Okay, y'all are going up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Squeeb,
I have a
give me-
+1 to acrobatics, so I'll boost everyone else up and try to climb myself after.
I was gonna say, give me an acrobatics check with advantage.
Talking to me or
Since-
Hogger?
Squeeb.
Acrobatics.
Since Hog is helping you out.
This is
You get up just fine.
Yeah.
So with
Alright,
with
Ray.
It's a +2. It was a 19.
with Olgierd's help, you're able to get up without a problem.
Can I do a
You
cool
need
little
to
flip
go
on the
on
way up
hand.
there?
I wouldn't ask to do that.
You backflip off and break your neck.
Nah.
Congratulations.
Make a new character.
Yep. Alright,
who's-
Ray.
Ray,
You want me to boost you up?
acrobatics check, Ray, real quick. All right. Well, you've got advantage, so go ahead and roll again. Ooh, nat 20. Ray actually looks at you offering help. And rather than sort of letting you lift up in the air, she actually just jumps off sort of the knee that you're creating a foundation with, then leaps off the tree next to it, and then climbs up the remainder little bit of the wall.
It's freaking
Gets up
spider
mostly on her
monkeys.
own.
Poor parkour druid.
All right, Hog, how are you getting up?
I was gonna say, as a consequence from that success, could you lend a hand down to me too, and I'll climb up?
One of your party members reaches down to try and help you, so you can roll
Why
an
did you do that twice?
athletics check.
Oh, athletics. I did acrobatics.
Yeah, because you're having to mostly pull yourself up.
Oh, okay. Athletics. Oh,
It's more of a strength.
I'm spec'd into athletics.
Okay, yeah, you're able to, with the help of one of your squad mates, you're able to pull yourself up relatively easily up onto the wall, and then y'all are all able to jump down into the side room. As mentioned, there is a essentially what Surde had described as a door, but really appears just to be more of a hole in the wall of the side of the temple that you can sort of see through, and you can see what you think is probably the opening to the main area of the temple.
Shit, Trip. That dude's playing Assassin's Creed in real life. That's sped up, but is it also? I think it's not reversed because he's looking up the whole time. Yeah.
All right, we're almost running out of time, so what are y'all gonna do real quick?
Can I investigate and see if there's any traps or anything? Or
Sure.
perceive?
How about you do roll a perception check, and I'll give you a general sense of what you can tell. 19. You can perceive that indeed this is just sort of a hole in the wall, so there likely wouldn't be any traps or anything like that. You can also hear the sound of several voices sort of echoing in the chamber in front of you.
I hear guys, and this is a hole in the wall.
This is a hole in the wall. Yeah, I can tell. But alrighty. Oh, so we can just kind of hear murmurs, or can we make out what they're chatting about?
Since it's echoing off the wall, you can't really make sense of what's being said. There's just several different voices and murmurs.
They're speaking common, though. I can at least put that together.
Where should we go for next time? Do you want to go through the hole, or do you want to go up further where there's no people? Presumably.
Through the hole real quick, bud. What do you see?
As far as what
It's dark in here.
Surde had described, there's probably there's the main entrance. This is probably one of the few other entrances you'll be able to find.
Alright, looks like we're going hole.
Hole it is. Any hole's a goal.
Right. Are y'all stealthing your way up, or what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
I know I am.
Okay, since Squeeb's in the front, we'll say just Squeeb needs to roll a stealth check.
Oh god.
Better beat mine, Squeeb.
I'm gonna beat you up.
I'm gonna step in each one of your footsteps. I'm gonna step right where
Plus
you step.
4 to this. 13.
That's enough to get you. We'll say we'll move you up to like this little bit of rubble here, so you can get a sense of the room.
Above average.
In the
height.
room, you're going to spot the main area of the temple, where there are several cultists standing in front of essentially the main altar in the front, as well as what Surde has described the dread wolf that attacked y'all earlier, and at his side, the ranger in black.
Oh my god.
And we'll have to see what else happens next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Next time
This is
on
gonna be
Dragon
nuts.
Ball P.
All right, and with that, y'all have finished this chapter. We're going to be going into sort of the climax of this 2-chapter thing not next session, but we're ramping up to it.
Do we level
So
up?
everybody levels up.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Which, since we're leveling up kind of mid-story
Event.
of something that's going on,
Yeah.
essentially just whatever your health increases by, you're not automatically going to become full health. Like
Yeah.
if you were down 2 hit points
I
before,
was gonna say, I think I'm
you're
down
still
4, right? Like, how would I
then,
check my
yeah,
max
you're
again?
still down however many hit points you were before.
Ooh.
I don't know
That's a good. I think it should
Yeah.
tell you what your max is on there, right?
Because it says hit point maximum, current hit points 19. The maximum, I can't remember what it was on. It's my character sheet's tracking my current health. Did we have the same max health, Squeeb? Because we both maxed our You're at 16 Constitution, right?
You all
Um,
have the same Constitution
Constitution. Let me see.
modifier, because that's what impacts your health gain on levels.
What's
I got
yours, Hog?
Three Constitution modifier.
Mine's only 1.
Oh, okay.
So depending, you might have more, depending on whether you were maxing it or
I
rolling
thought you
it.
said you had 26, Hog.
I had 26. Yeah, that rings a bell too. So I'm down 5. Okay, because I thought I was down 4. No, wait, that would mean I'm down 7, which also makes sense. Yeah, because I only healed up 1 from that little herbal thing that Serde gave me. I'm pretty sure it was 26.
So make sure you're doing that. Sab, I don't think you've used any of your spell slots, so I don't think you need to worry about that. But just keep in mind, you might have more spell slots now, and I think you as a I think you as a warlock gets to choose new spells potentially. So keep that in mind.
Sure, right? Uh-huh.
Hmm?
Just say uh-huh. That's all.
Uh-huh. All right.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna put all those level 5 spells back.
No, none of that. I didn't agree to that. But yeah, so just keep that in mind if y'all have any questions about leveling up as you're going. Let me know. And then next time we will face off against the Dread Wolf and these cultists.
Next up.
So I was gonna say I'm gonna be a level 3.
Yeah, everybody should be level 3 next time.
Yeah.
All right.
Next Saturday, normal time-ish looking.
Trip.
Yeah, we'll try and go on a Saturday next time. Yeah.
Trip, you sent me that thing about the fighters' levels. Do you still have that resource? I thought I bookmarked it, but I didn't.
It's in the D&D resources. It's like the first one.
All right. Thank y'all for playing. I know we're running out of time for Sab. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for adjusting your schedules.
Oh yeah.
Glad we ended up being able to do it.
GG's.
GG's, everybody.
GG's.
Alright,
See y'all
Sab.
later.
Go to Domino's.
Oh,
Hog, go to Domino's later.
Hey.
Hello.
Domino's too.
Damn.
So it's in D&D resources.
Yeah. Let's see. At 3rd level, when we let's see. Wow.
And then also, how does our health go up?
I forget. Let's see. At level 3, at 3rd level, you choose an archetype that you strive to emulate in your combat styles and techniques. Choose Champion, Battle Master, or Eldritch Knight, all detailed in the end of class description. The archetype you choose grants you features at level 3, 7, 10, 15, and 18. Let's see. You want me to you want me to share screens with you on the...
Okay. What page?
It's on page 72.
It's not letting me open my PDF. So just share it, I guess.
You're poor. Alright, can you see this? Hogger.
Yes!
Yes. Alright, so at level 3, you heard what I said, right?
Yeah, we get to pick one of 3 archetypes.
There's Champion, Battle Master, or Eldritch Knight. And then here's all this. Battle Master. Those who emulate the archetypal Battle Master employ martial art techniques passed down through generations. To a Battle Master, combat is an academic field, sometimes including subjects beyond battle such as weaponsmiths and calligraphy. Not every fighter absorbs the lessons of history, theory, and artistry that are reflected in the Battle Master archetype, but those who do are well-rounded fighters of great skill and knowledge. Let's see. Combat superiority. When you choose this archetype at 3rd level, you learn maneuvers that are fueled by special dice called superiority dice maneuvers. when you learn 3 maneuvers of your choice, which are detailed under maneuvers. Below, many maneuvers enhance an attack in some way. You can choose them, blah, 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 blah. Alright, superiority dice. You have 4 superiority dice, which are d8s. Superiority die is expended when you use it, and regain all of your expended superiority dice when you finish a short or long rest. You gain, yeah. Saving throws. Some of your maneuvers require your target to make a saving throw to resist the maneuver's effect. This is calculated d8 plus, yeah. Alright, Student of War. At level 3, you gain proficiency with one type of artisan's tool of your choice. So I have to go on that. Let's see. Is it this one? Know your enemy? No, that's starting at level 7. Maneuvers. So we get to choose 3 of these, I think.
If we go for Battle Master, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to see what Eldritch, or what was the other one? It was
Battle Master.
Champion and Eldritch Knight. Let's see what
I kind of like the sound just because it's a superiority die. It's kind of like, hey, you suck.
I don't see anything about Champion. All I see is Eldritch Knight up here. Yeah.
Bro, I ripped ass and it said my mic went off. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I did hear that. It was you scooting your chair on the floor or something.
No, dude, I ripped ass. Oh, man.
Let's see. Let's just read
it
through
said
this.
Champion first. Is it right before? Is it like a small little box right before?
Survival.
Yeah, wait, so...
Oh, this is Battle Master.
Yeah.
This is Survivor. That's at 18. Oh, here it is. God, it's like fucking 2 sentences compared to the fucking Battle Master. The archetype champion focuses on development of raw physical powers honed to a deadly perfection. Those who model themselves in this archetype combine rigorous training with physical excellence to deal devastating blows. Improve critical. Beginning when you choose this archetype, your weapon attacks score a critical hit on a roll of 19 or 20. Isn't that just what it is?
No.
19 or 19 or 20. I rolled a few 19s.
Yeah, I was gonna say that takes it from a 5% chance to crit to a 10% chance to crit. That's actually pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I'm not gonna read the rest of this stuff because this is like stuff for like way down the line, but you can read it if you want to. I want to look at the maneuvers for this one, so let's see. Yeah. Maneuvers. In alphabetical. Commander Strike. When you take the attack action of your turn, you can forego one of your attacks and use a bonus action to direct your companions to strike. When you do so, choose a friendly creature or see or hear you and expend 1 superiority die. That creature can immediately use its reaction to make 1 weapon attack, adding the superiority die to the attack's roll damage.
So does that mean like I could be all like, Squeeb, hit that fool, and you could get a bonus attack?
It sounds like that. Disarming, but it takes away your attack for that turn.
So that would be something like where if you're tied up.
So if it's like
people that I can't hit, I could give you an extra hit.
Yeah. I'm assuming that's what it is because it's like you're commanding somebody to attack basically when it's not their turn.
Just swing faster.
Disarming attack. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend 1 superiority die to attempt to disarm the target, forcing it to drop 1 item of your choice. You add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll, and the target must have a strength saving throw. On a failed saving throw, it drops the objects you choose. The object lands at its feet. This is similar to like Cyberpunk, where you do a disarming throw. Let's see. Distracting strike. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend 1 superiority die, distract the creature, giving your allies an opening. Oh, that's kind of what I wanted to do earlier with the pebble. You add the superiority die to the attack's damage roll. The next attack roll against the target by an attacker other than you has disadvantage if it attacks is made before the start of your next turn.
I have advantage.
other than you has advantage.
Yeah, so if all your homies dogpile someone, yo, can you imagine using distracting strike on a boss and then everyone gets advantage?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
The next attack roll. It's only one roll though.
Oh, okay. I thought everyone could just dogpile.
But if it,
Blah, blah,
but
blah,
if it's like,
blah.
but if it's like me distracting and then Muffin goes in, that could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Frame evasive footwork. When you move, you can expend one superiority die, rolling the die and adding a number of rolls to your AC until you stop moving. Wait, what? When you
Please
move,
stop moving.
you can rolling the die and adding. What is that? Why would I want that?
Does it mean like if you move every turn, you still have that AC?
I don't know.
It sounds situational at best.
Fainting attack. When you can expend one of the die, use a bonus action on your turn to faint, choosing one other creature within 5 feet of your target. You have advantage on that roll against the creature. If that attack hits, add a superiority die. So you can literally just like pretend you're dead from a hit and then freaking come back and hit them. That's pretty funny.
No, it's a feint. Like it's an actual thing in European martial arts. A feigning attack is not like you're fainting, right? But it's you go like you're gonna swing, so they guard for that strike, but you quickly switch. It's like a fake out swing. Like you go for
I
like
see.
swing to the right side, and then you like roll your wrists and hit them on the left side. You know, like. And it adds damage.
So you're like fake swinging at one of the creatures, but you like switch targets behind one.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Goading attack. When you hit a creature with a weapon, you can expend a superiority die to goad the target into attacking you. You add the that could be cool. Do that on a boss. Just be like, oh, look at me, I'm the tank.
Look at me, I'm the tank.
Let's see. Lunging attack. When you make an attack, expend one. You reach for that attack by 5 feet. If you hit, you add the superiority die to the damage roll. So, 5 feet's like one extra block.
One box. Even a weapon with reach can do that.
Yeah. Ooh, parry. Let's see. Maneuvering attack. Let's see. You can expend to maneuver one of your comrades into more advantageous position. You add the superiority die to the damage attacks roll, and you choose a friendly creature who can see you or hear you. That creature can use this reaction time to move up half its speed without provoking opportunity attacks. This is funny because you could have maneuvering attack and commander strike, and you could just like freaking play another character. Yeah. I use maneuvering attack. I use commander strike. I play another turn. I use maneuvering attack. I use yeah.
Action, sir.
You're literally just commanding your whole team. That's funny.
Yeah.
And you get 3 of these, from what I saw.
Yeah, you get to pick 3.
That'd be pretty funny.
Menacing. That sounds cool.
You can expend one of the die to attempt to frighten the target. You add the superiority die to the damage roll, and the attack must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed saving throw, it's frightened of you until end of your next turn. I don't know what frightened does.
Maybe they swing disadvantage at you?
Maybe. Let's see. Parry. When another creature damages you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction and expend one superior die to reduce the damage by the number you roll. That could be cool. If you get like frickin' walloped by it.
Yeah, you could reduce it by up to 8 and plus your dex.
Yeah, that could be pretty cool. I just imagine us doing that and just like freaking Dark Souls parry. Just do that 3 times. Precision attack. When you make a weapon attack roll against a creature, you can expend one superiority die to add it to the roll. You can use this maneuver before or after making the attack roll, but any effects of the attack are applied. So you're just like adding the roll to it. Isn't that what
Which one?
Precision attack? When you make a weapon attack roll against a creature, you can expend 1 die and add it to the roll. You can use this maneuver before or after making the attack roll. I guess
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the
If you want an extra chance to hit.
well, yeah, but you let's see. You can do it after. That's like the added effect. You can see if your damage roll was shit.
Got it. Okay.
Pushing attack. Let's see. You can expend one of your spirit to attempt to drive the target back. You can add the spirit ride to the damage roll, and if it's a large or small, if the target is large or small, it must make a strength saving throw. On a failed saving throw, you push the target up to 15 feet away from you. It's like 3
I was gonna
blocks away.
say, I think bigger than large would be like humongous. It would be like a dragon or something.
Let's see.
You
Rally.
can't push dragons.
Yeah, that'd be funny. On your turn, you can use a bonus action to bolster the resolve of one of your companions. When you do so, friendly creature who can see you or hear you choose. Yeah, that creature gains temporary hit points equal to the number of superiority roll die for your character or
That's kind
charisma.
of cool. That sounds like a clutch thing to pull out, you know?
Yeah.
I think Riposte is goated, I think.
Did you read it
I
already?
remember no, but there was this fighter that I played with once, and I remember that's why I wanted to go for a dual wielder with max attacks, because that's what he was doing.
Oh, yeah.
Riposte, I think he used Riposte. It's his thing that I hear him do a lot.
Literally just like freaking playing Dark Souls, just play parry, riposte, parry, riposte. When a creature misses you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to expend 1 die to make a melee weapon attack against this creature. If you hit, add the die to roll damage. That's pretty
That's
cool.
hella good, bro. Anytime someone misses you, you can immediately just...
Oh, this is my attack, trip attack.
No.
When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend 1 die to knock the target to the ground. You add the superiority die to the attack's damage, and if it's large or smaller, it must take a strength saving throw. On a failed save, you knock the target prone. That sounds pretty good, actually.
Pretty good. Yeah. Just yeet someone to the floor.
I mean, I gotta pick this one, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think out of all of them, the freaking combination of Commander Strike and maneuvering attack sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm thinking Riposte.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I don't know what I want for the other two, though.
I
when that freaking guy missed me earlier today, I could have just instantly ended him, bro.
I think this is like for like evasive footworks, like for I don't know, like if you're tanking and like moving in on a target.
Yeah. That's all I can.
I don't know. Sounds kind of dumb. So I might do trip attack and Commander Strike and.
I kind of like the sound of menacing too. Well, I'd want to know what being frightened does.
Yeah.
Before I...
What's it called?
So you
Sweeping.
can literally like cuck someone.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. You know.
What was sweeping attack again?
Sweeping? Oh, we skipped over sweeping, I think.
Let's see. When you hit a creature with a melee attack, expend a die. Choose another creature within 5 feet of the original target and within your reach. If the original attack roll would hit the second creature, it takes damage equal to the number of rolls on your superiority die. The damage is the same type dealt by the original attack. So I think you can just like hit 2 targets.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I could do a trip attack into a sweeping attack.
Muffin's getting a little mad.
Why?
I don't know, I just have him on lurk mode, but I heard him, he said something like, fucker!
So you were thinking riposte and...
I thought menacing sounded cool, but...
Menacing. I don't know, let's see. I don't know, I just like freaking... I don't know. Disarming's like situational. Like, what if they're just like a monk with their fists?
Oh. I remove his arm.
You just like remove it out of the socket. Disarmed. Let's see. Lunging attacks, like kind of whack.
Yeah, honestly, a trip attack would work on anyone, huh?
Yeah, except like a dragon or anything. But
yeah.
I do riposte and trip attack because then they'd have to either get up or attack you on the floor.
Yeah, I don't think you can swing from the floor, can you?
I don't think
I
so.
think you just get your ass beat. And I think people get advantage against you, don't they, if you're laying on the ground?
Yeah. You said you were liking distracting strike too?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because then they get disadvantage if they try to hit anybody else.
Yeah.
Rally could be clutch too, but it says it's charisma.
But you get 3 of them, so that sounds pretty cool. I think you can choose
Yeah.
one after like a certain level. Let's see, Eldritch Knight, the last one. Archetype Eldritch Knight combines the martial mastery common to all fighters with a careful study of magic.
Spell sword.
That doesn't sound like us, but
Us.
yeah, yeah. Use magical techniques similar to practiced by wizards. They focus on the study of two of the 8 schools of magic: abjuration and evocation. Abjuration spells grant an Eldritch Knight additional protection in battle, and evocation spells deal damage to many foes at once.
Bro,
Extended.
imagine there's this fucking knight just beating your ass, and then all of a sudden your backup shows up and he just fucking flames the whole crowd.
Yeah. I don't really want to read this. This sounds like freaking
Complicated, and I don't even have the stats.
I don't have
for it.
I don't have spell slots or anything, so I'm
Yeah.
not being an Eldritch Knight.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe freaking what's it? Battle Master gets all these 3 shits, and then Champion gets like 1 thing.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
they get something at higher levels, don't they?
well, yeah, they get something at higher levels, but so do you.
Yeah.
You can learn 2 additional maneuvers of your choice at level 7, 10, and 15. So you can have up to 11 of these?
11 of the maneuvers?
Yeah, it says you can learn 2 additional maneuvers of your choice at level 7, 10, and 15.
Huh.
Each time you learn a new maneuver, you can replace the one maneuver you know with a different one. Oh, so you can learn them all, but you have to switch them out.
Oh, okay, so you can only have 3 at a time that you're using.
Yeah, I think so. You do have 4 superiority die.
Wait, so you get the additional ones. It says each time you learn a new one, so like let's say when you hit level 7, when you hit level 10, or when you hit level 15, you can learn 2 new ones, and if you don't like the ones you picked earlier, you can swap them out for a different.
Yeah.
So no, you were right though. You can have fucking 2, 4, 6 plus 3, 9.
Yeah, 9 of them.
It's
How many
11 total?
How many were there? 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 of them. That's like that's not
So you
bad.
only
That's
gotta
like
go without
that's like
7.
a little more than half of them. And some of
Yeah.
them are kind of useless.
Yeah.
Like the lunging attack one, I don't really want that one.
Fuck evasive footwork. I don't want evasive footwork.
I wonder if we're just like misinterpreting that one and this like hella freaking powerful or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can
It's
roll.
like-
It's a D8, right? You can get 8 AC, so I could go
Yeah.
up to 20 AC and be lumbering around.
Yeah, but almost unkillable.
Yeah. Let's see.
Evasive footwork
What's-
like Muhammad
what's-
Ali the boxer.
What's this one mean? At level 3, you gain proficiency with 1 type of artisan's tool of your choice.
I think that means like maybe if we built our character for it, we could improve weapons. Maybe.
I don't know. Let's see. Might as well read the rest of the champion, what they get. At level 7, at level 7, you can add half of your proficiency bonus rounded up to any strength, dexterity, constitution check to make sure that it doesn't already use your proficiency bonus.
That kind of sucks ass.
Yeah, in addition, when you make a running long jump, the distance you can cover increases by the number of feet equal to your strength modifier. That's random as fuck.
Yeah.
Just freaking long jumping, random shit.
10th level. You get a second option from the fighting style class feature.
Fighting style class. Oh, from this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Starting at level 15, your weapon attack score a critical hit on rolls 18 to 20. I have to wait till
15% chance for crit, but you have to be level 15.
15. Yeah, that sounds like shit. Survivor, at level 18, you attain the pinnacle of resilience in battle. At the start of each of your combat turns, you regain hit points equal to 5 plus your Constitution modifier if you have no more than half of your hit points left. You don't gain this benefit if you have 0 hit points left.
You're dead. You aren't healing. Dude, that is insane though. If you're below half health, you literally gain.
Yeah, but
I'd be gaining 8 every
yeah, but
fucking turn.
that's late game, freaking
Yeah.
shit. Like, you get a long jump and your stats improve. This sounds lame as fuck compared to the Battle Master.
And like he was saying too, he was like, sometimes, like, if you're gonna cruise at half health and keep healing up, he was saying like, oh yeah, you know, sometimes shit'll just one-shot you.
Yeah.
Remember he was like, yeah, if you deal double their health, they don't even get a death save. And he's like, yep, that can happen sometimes.
Wow. What's it called? That sounds like fucking ass, dude. Compared, like, I don't know if we can use Eldritch magic since we're not, like, spec'd into it, so it feels like...
I don't have any, like, wisdom or intelligence. I got -1 on both of them, but I could still do it, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, it just feels like the frickin', like, it has, like, an entire paragraph, and then frickin' champion has, like, 1 fucking paragraph.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna choose?
Champ. Or not champion. Champion's the other one. I'm
Battle
thinking
Master?
Battle Master, bro.
I know, but what are you gonna choose for your maneuvers?
I'm thinking for my first 3, I might want Riposte. Parry would be good for survivability. I want to ask what Menacing Attack would do.
Yeah.
Because if I can make someone shit their pants and run away, that sounds fun.
Remember, you get 4 of these dice, so you can use, like, multiple of them, like, over and over. Like, somebody goes up and attacks you, like, 4 different times, you just keep shanking them.
Yep.
Or, what is it? Riposte requires them to miss, though.
Yeah.
So...
anything under your armor class. So if you're going to be riposting, having a high AC would be banging.
Yeah. Let's see.
Muffin Man with the 4K?
Yo... I don't know, if I didn't have... Let's see. Maybe instead of maneuvering attack, I'll take riposte too. Because I don't know. If it's, like, opportune, I'll freaking let them attack or anything, but, like... I think I have to give up 2 of my turns to even do it anyways, if I'm reading it correctly. And I don't have 2 turns.
The, which one? Maneuvering attack?
Yeah, because it says... What is it? You... Spirit... no, it's only at expending a superiority die. It's not taking my turn, but still.
Okay.
I think I'd rather just, like...
let your homies do stuff.
Yeah.
I think it would be sick with, wait, but you couldn't do it with Commander's Strike unless you action surged, right? But then if you action surged, you could do it?
Nah, yeah, I think so, but...
that would be funny.
But the only thing limiting that is the amount of die you have, because I think they expend and they're refreshed after, like, 4. Yeah. I need to go take a piss real quick. I'll be back.
Uh-huh.